How to laugh in French.
In French. Du fromage.
Actually, I did learn something in French this weekend, and it is baguette magique.
Oh.
That means magic wand.
Baguette is
yes,
wand.
baguette
Yeah,
means
it is
wand. Yeah,
wand.
so like a wand of bread, basically.
So if you watch Harry Potter
Yes,
in
in
French, they're
French.
going to talk about baguettes.
Yes, because I bought a magic wand for my son, like a Dumbledore's, what is it
A
called?
dumb baguette.
No, yeah, it's like, it's basically like Dumbledore's baguette magique.
Man, that sounds
Which
so
is,
wrong.
so I would love to see like the French titles for Harry Potter movies.
My brain is just going...
Yep, and our
Whoa,
friend,
it's soaring.
dude, and our friend Moose taught me that. Yeah,
Yeah.
baguette magique is the proper term for a magic wand in French.
But he also complimented my putain.
Ah,
Putain.
putain.
It seems like the French Harry Potter would be a very interesting experience.
different
Yes.
movie.
Drinking game, maybe?
Yeah, drinking.
Every time they say baguette.
Baguette.
But now it all makes sense, though. You know, like breadstick,
Oh, yeah.
basically, or wand. Yeah.
Yeah, bread wand.
Yeah. Bread wand.
It's magic.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me when I held aloft my baguette magique.
And welcome back to...
The Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert!
And me, Adam.
Prince of Eternia.
Prince of Eternia.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to move around so we can actually
Moose around.
moose around. French joke.
Moose around.
Every now and then I get a little bit
moosey and the
baguette
moosey
okay.
magic
I tried
wand.
Cool. So this week we have Adam with us on the studio. In
Not
the
the
studio.
Prince of
Not the Prince of Eternia.
I
The
wish.
prince-
But
I wish I were.
dude, it would have been awesome, but you are equally awesome, so.
I would say probably 20% more awesome.
And also
Hey.
you exist.
Yes.
Touché.
But yeah, welcome to the sweaty room.
Mm-hmm.
The sweaty room.
The sweaty room.
The sweating room.
We're going to
sweating
leave it
room.
with 20% more sweatiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm adding like 15 of those percent.
Per minute.
Like per
per
minute.
minute.
Yes.
Old Man Stank. Brought to you by Ilias.
New perfume brand.
Oh, yeah. So how you been, Ilias?
I have been good. Nothing new to report. Been working a lot. That's why my social media, except stories, has been down. Also, my son turned 8.
Happy
So-
birthday,
Happy
Neil.
birthday to
Mhm.
him.
So yeah, that's what
That was yesterday, right?
No, it's today.
Oh, really?
But we celebrated him, from Friday to Sunday and today.
So we're
But-
stealing his birthday.
yes, we are.
Oh,
No, dude,
no.
we've celebrated so much. He was not even surprised today that we
Oh, okay.
just like, happy birthday on your actual day. He's like,
He's like, yeah.
yeah, and we haven't even opened all the gifts yet. Like they're just there, right? Like, yeah.
How
They're-
spoiled is this kid?
Dude, yes, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Like,
Oh.
we'll be opening presents like up to Christmas, and having to assemble them will probably, we'll be building Legos all year.
I was just gonna say it. So it's all Lego.
But
Not
imagine
all,
the
but
self-control
a lot.
of him. He's holding all the presents until Friday.
Yeah.
At this point, he's like shaking. He's like, I want them. I need them.
Heroin
no,
addict.
but that was me, dude. How have you been,
I've
Robert?
no, just kidding. Robert. Good. Pretty much same, I would say. Haven't really done anything. My son hasn't had a birthday, so I haven't even done that.
I feel that's weak of him.
Yeah, it
to
is.
not have a birth.
It is very,
Yeah.
very weak. No, done absolutely nothing.
But what is it good for? Absolutely. not.
Absolutely nothing.
Why?
Say it again.
You are.
If anyone gets the reference, you're welcome.
You're a legend.
You're a legend.
So, how have you been, Adam?
I've been good. I was in Gothenburg this weekend, so I've been visiting my girlfriend. Got to play pretend a child again because we went out like sledding
I was
And-
like,
Nice.
you
That
can't
was like
start
what?
with like hanging out with your girlfriend and then got to pretend to be a child again.
Oh no!
Like you're
Oh,
giving
no.
me too much, dude.
Yeah, okay, no. Bad start.
Reset.
Yeah, reset. No, but we went out and like it
I want to make
sounded-
love to a schoolboy. That's all I'm doing. I just saw Dumb and Dumber.
Oh no! But we went out sledding.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely awesome. It was though really funny, like going out like 22-year-olds. You're going out in like the slope, and everybody else is like 8
Yeah.
and below, and you're coming there full force.
I am so jealous of you, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it was-
we were actually talking about this just the other day at the shop, and like we wanted to go on a full, Åre ski
Yeah.
trip, but just bring a sled
Yeah.
or like
Just like
Pulka.
kid stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
and just do that instead.
Yeah.
What,
The
what are those
experience.
butt slide things called in English? Those
The
like
It's a butt-
shetlapp.
butt
yeah.
slide. Yeah,
Yeah.
butt slide. Yeah,
It's a butt slide.
Butt slide.
butt slide is the best word I can
That
come
is
up
what
with.
it's called now.
Oh, we actually realized that when we were out, we were like, the best thing is probably like the shetlapp.
Yeah.
Like the butt slide is probably the best.
Yeah, we got
vehicle
so
Hey,
much
until you-
control on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you hit a rock or something like.
Oh, yeah.
not great.
Yeah, you're
Good for the
screwed.
hemorrhoids, though.
Yeah.
Push them back in.
Push them back in.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it's been really good. Haven't really done that much. I woke up like 3 this morning, so I'm really tired. But otherwise, absolutely fantastic.
It's crazy to have you here.
Yeah.
Like,
this-
last time we saw you, we were here.
Okay, but before
Yeah.
we move on,
Yeah, yeah.
Adam,
yeah.
full name, everything.
Introduce
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Introduce
sure,
yourself
absolutely.
properly, because we will forget.
Intro
Yeah, yeah,
song,
sure.
go. No,
Intro
no.
song,
No, okay.
No, but
My name is Adam.
just
Just a song.
no, but I'm Adam Törn. I call myself Forange on social medias for the most part, on Instagram and Twitter. I'm 22-year-old and I'm studying game art here in Stockholm, but I'm originally from Gothenburg.
And where do you study?
I'm studying at the Game Assembly, which is here in Kista. I'm studying my second year, so I have half a year left, and then I go out to my internship.
And we also need to say that you are on the sort of rival school to Daniel that was here.
yeah.
Daniel the Wolf Velosar.
Lone wolf.
Oh no. Wolf. Yeah, but it's really funny because like our school, it's like Swedes and Danes. Like they're
And
talking.
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
And then
Swedes
this
and
Indian
Daniels.
motherfucker.
Because like every time they do something, they're
Yeah.
like, oh goddamn, future games. Like almost the same as when you're talking about Danes. You're like, goddamn Danes.
Those damn.
Yeah, those damn
Yeah.
Danes.
I don't know which one.
Danish.
Who I hate more, like the
Yeah.
Danes or the people from future games.
Probably
Imagine
both.
a Danish future game student.
Oh,
No.
No hate Daniel. No hate Daniel.
we still love you, Danny.
Yeah.
Wolf.
Yeah,
Still love you, Wolf.
always gonna be.
It's always you and
Like, I hate it when you start saying something without even thinking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
what you're
but-
saying.
but
Like,
that's
oh, it's
the-
gonna be.
Wolf. And the-
Just end it with wolf. That's save it.
I mean, it's a good
Uh,
title.
It is
Yeah,
a
it
good
definitely is.
title. But what do we call, what are we gonna call you though?
Yeah,
'Cause
what's
he's
the
wolf.
polar opposite?
Are you
of
like
wolf?
fox?
Fox.
No,
I'm the
that's too
fox.
similar.
Too similar.
Chicken.
Chicken.
No, chicken isn't cool.
Sparrow.
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 is cool.
Yeah, sparrow.
Sparrow would be a cool name.
Yeah.
But you gotta say it in a way like he has like I'm wolf.
I'm Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
you gotta have like
I'm Sparrow.
Sparrow.
Damn.
Yeah.
I can live with Sparrow.
Yeah.
That'd
But
be a
how
cool
do we
ass
say
title.
it?
Yeah, how do you say it?
Yeah, how
Is
do
it
you
like
say
a Greek
yes?
accent? Like
Sparrow.
me spero.
I'm a Sparrow.
Is that Greek? That sounds Spanish.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
It's
all
all-
the
yeah.
same.
Little bit of Spanish and Italian at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, everything like south of France.
Somewhere.
Yep.
Somewhere from Baguette Magique, it's
It's all going
the coast of Baguette
It's all
Magique.
Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a rule once
Touche.
at Old King.
Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah.
But that's cool. Yeah.
Sparrow.
So thank you everyone for listening. We're going to cut it short today. And
Yeah. Half an hour in.
Thank you so much for listening.
But
Yeah.
everyone on the Discord, on the Instagram, on the actual show, listening
On the
to
Spotify.
this on the Spotify,
On the everywhere.
on the everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank
Keep
you.
listening, sharing the podcast. Thank you, Max at Underverket. You
Well,
klutz. Never gonna.
hope you get the teeth
Yeah.
fixed soon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
soon?
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
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 Hashtag not too soon.
Not too soon. And intro song.
An interesting go.
Yes.
Go.
Please.
No.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line.
Oh, I missed that tune.
No, you don't.
And you don't.
Back.
We're back.
And that's how that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Welcome to the fakeness
yeah, of the show.
of the truth.
So, dude,
Yes.
tell us a bit about, I guess, what got you into art? Because I've seen your early stuff.
Yep.
You showed me some
Yep.
really early stuff.
You were here
And-
presenting your early
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. I work.
Yeah. It was,
It was
and
good.
also you showed it on.
Thanks.
it was still good.
no,
Pity.
no,
but not compared
I'm not
to-
talking about that stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that he showed on Discord that's earlier than that stuff. Not that this stuff is like
Yeah, save
Yeah,
it.
like
it's early.
yeah, I can't even explain.
Very early.
It's super early, and the level of progression that you've gotten in your work is amazing. It's
Thanks, man.
really, really inspiring. So, and that's why it's so much fun to sort of talk to you. Like, what got you into it, and what did you sort of do to get better? Because
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with, and a lot of people get stuck in that beginning phase, and then they, like, some don't progress.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I can take it. No, but when I first started, it was a lot of me just. I had a lot of inspiration. Like I've always been a nerd for franchises, so when I started like really getting into art, it was mostly like I wanted to do fandoms. Like I loved World of Warcraft, for example, and that was like my main inspiration for such a long time. Just getting to get all the nostalgia out of me, because like when I was a kid, it was seeing the game art for like every franchise that I loved. It was the best thing ever. Like getting to like you went up to the computer screen and you started like sketching from the screen. You were like what do
had
you call it when
computers.
you're like
Yeah.
actually
Tracing.
tracing the art. And it was the best time. Like I really enjoyed it. But
Was it more characters back then, or like
Yeah.
was that like what you fell in love with doing in the beginning? Because
Yeah.
that's also such a unique thing what you've transitioned into with your pretty much everything you're doing now
Yeah,
is environmental.
Yeah, but yeah, like went total opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like at the start, I really enjoyed characters, and I did for the longest amount of time. I was like, I really want to do characters.
Like everybody, I guess.
Yeah, everybody gets in there some way, and they want to do like.
You always want to do comic books, characters for video games, and then you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You do whatever.
and then you end up doing what you're doing.
Exactly. And then you get...
you do furries.
And then exactly.
For money. For weird people on the internet.
Furry fluffer.
Yeah, love your fluffer.
Fluffer art.
Yeah, no, but, but yeah, I went in and I wanted to really do characters, and I thought that was the most amount of fun. And like with time, the more I actually painted from the fandoms that I loved, I started realizing that I painted like scenes instead of just an individual character.
Yeah.
And it made me realize after like 1 or 2 years, I was spending more time on the environment around the character than the actual character. Like at the end, it was like everything was rendered out, and the character was just a stick figure.
Can I ask something there?
Yeah.
Because it's something that I noticed. Like the early
you
stuff that
can't.
you showed us. You shut your shut your mouth when you're talking to me. No, but something that I noticed with your work is how like the level of ambition that you had in your super early stuff, where a character grew out of a castle wall basically, and the stuff that you showed me, like. But I'm thinking, like, sure, the art wasn't that good, but it showed, like, the amount of sort of, like the complexity that you wanted to bring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of us just drew, half a character, an eye,
and imagination, like a crazy person.
And your stuff, you had,
Sparrow.
Sparrow. Sparrow.
I can't. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Les Sparrow.
Less better.
Less sparrow.
Less better.
So less dog, less
Yeah,
sparrow.
Les Sparrow.
Less sparrow.
Oh my god, that is the best. That's the counter to
Wolf. Less sparrow.
less better. We nailed it. Awesome. Sorry.
There it is.
It grew out.
Yeah.
Like organically.
We derailed.
Less sparrow.
Like the character from your castle wall. Yeah.
Yes.
No, but it's amazing that you have that level of ambition and you managed to actually evolve that into, like, you're doing the same thing, but now it makes sense. Because, you had, like, fucked up anatomy, like, the scale of the character didn't match the perspective of your artwork.
Exactly.
And it's so cool that you managed to pull it all back and make it work.
Yeah, that's really heartwarming, because, like, when I was starting out, I had an idea in my head, and I think everybody has that when they're
No.
No,
just like, no.
But you're like, you have this image in your head, and you start painting it, and you're like, oh no, this does not look the same as I want it to be. That was the case a lot for me, but it was mostly the case where I was like, oh, this is gonna be the best thing that I've painted yet, and I always thought that, and then I came back another day after I painted it, and I was like, this is shit.
Yeah. But I like that you had, because you actually made some pieces that they were done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to the extent that you could, you finished them.
Yeah.
And that you had the courage to show us those really early things.
Yeah.
Like, because...
Yeah,
like
join the Discord just to
if you could share them on the release of this on the Discord.
Sure,
if you're don't just show the early one, just show both. You know, like,
absolutely.
because I think the comparison is where, like,
that's
it's
the,
the
magic.
most powerful sort of thing, because it just shows that because I think that even though you didn't have the skill yet, you're still there. You held true to what you wanted to do. And I can still see the same thing in your artwork today, but it's so much better. You know what I mean? Like, you just, like, you understand what you're drawing now in a way that you just didn't in your early days. And it is, like, for me, like, it's super inspiring. I love seeing that.
Yeah,
and
this is what we want to see.
Yeah.
This is why social media exists.
Yeah, I think
just
this
to
is
see
the best part of social media, when you can see that journey, and not just like, oh, this person can draw.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But this
I
is
mean,
like looking at a speed paint
over
of
time.
progression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, what is it, like within a year that you evolved into, like, awesomeness from bag of dicks, I guess. Or
We all
whatever
start-
you
hey,
wanna-
dude,
everybody starts as a bag of
Yeah,
dicks.
exactly. And then
I mean, we all did.
and then some people just say
Some
that
of us still are in that bag. But no, but it's
either artistically or mentally.
No, because we've used you as an example for many times, speaking about this exact thing, because it is so impressive, and you should really take it to heart, and you should be extremely proud of yourself, which is why we have you here as well. But it's so fucking cool. But it's like, how did that happen?
Yeah, how did you manage? Like, how did you stay motivated? Because a lot of the complaints that we get is that, like, oh, I'm not getting better, or this or that, or discouraged.
Yeah.
I don't have the discipline. You know, like, there's a million things
And like
that we
you
all go through.
said, that you were looking at the stuff you were doing, and it's like, it's not matching what I had in my head, but you just kept going. Like, what happened to make you evolve into the beautiful butterfly of Adam today?
A future Adam.
No, but I think I have a pretty good grasp on, like, what made it. Like, I think still when I look at my stuff, I'm like, I want to make it better. And I think everybody does. Like,
But you can never let that go.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you
I don't
do,
think anybody ever does. But for me, it was like every time that I made something, like I always had a clear goal of like this is the level that I want to reach, and like that's a hard mental thing to do because you're looking at your inspiration and you're comparing yourself to them. Everybody thinks that's the thing that really hurts when you're like, I'm not as good as them.
Yeah.
But it's like also accepting that, I haven't painted as long as them. I haven't painted nearly as much as them.
Exactly. Looking at that Chinese 13-year-old.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I
He's like,
haven't
he's an
done as much.
he's an industry veteran. You're like, but
where am
he's been alive for 5 minutes.
masterpieces.
And just joking about that,
Yeah.
I actually saw a 16-year-old today. That was amazing. I was like,
It always hurts.
yeah,
It always
just
hurts.
but it is fun though, because there is a joke there, so you kind of appreciate it now. You just like, you see it from that side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're joking but crying.
Yeah, but it's also like you go into their profile, you're looking
And they're
at an
buffer
image.
than me as well. I'm just
Yeah.
like, delete account.
Delete account. Go
Morning
away.
workout
Yeah, go
selfie.
Yeah, but like you're going in and it says like on their profile, they're
Yeah.
like 16-year-old. You're like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, damn.
Just block them.
Yeah.
But
Because-
that's the cool thing of today, though, is that all the information to get better is there.
Yeah.
And some people just gravitate towards the simple truths. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, oh, if I practice this and like, and you work at getting better, you get better.
Yeah.
And some people are like, but how do I get better?
Yeah.
Why can't I get, like some people get stuck in that loop. I'm one of them. And
Why does he fight?
Yeah.
Why does
No,
he
Street
fight?
Fighter. but just, Jesus. But some people get stuck in the whole like how and what and when and like, and some people just draw.
Yeah. And I think I was one of the people that I've always just drawn.
Yeah.
I've done studies, like I've done many of them, but for the most part, whenever I've done studies and like work in general, I've always done it because I wanted to do something that I had in my mind or that I thought was going to be fun. Like I always did it because I wanted, at the end of the day, I wanted to be like, oh, this is my piece that I felt like it was fun doing. I didn't just force myself to sit down. I wanted to sit down. And
You
like
wanted
that.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was like a big driving factor for why I've always like liked painting is because it's been nostalgia. Like, oh, I want to feel the same feeling I did when I first experienced this game or like whatever. That's been like the big driving factor for when I paint, especially. And now I think painting is just like really fun. So I just do it.
Yeah. But that's nice though, because I think we all played games and stuff, where you had those moments that like, I would like to capture this.
Yeah.
And then like, depending on where we are in our artistic journey, like sometimes we just like, I want to draw what I felt when I was there. Like I've done it with Zelda, which I love the idea of this silent hero that travels around, and then just, helps everyone selflessly. But he's basically always alone.
Yeah.
No, but that's what he is. He has Navi, and she's annoying, and then they just travel. But he just like, it's such a like, I'm just seeing all these like, imagine like, just helping everyone, but there's no thank you.
No.
Like, and even if
He doesn't do it for a thank you.
no, but that's what I mean. Like, he just does the thing
For monies.
Yeah,
And
for
raping
money.
women.
What? And
We all know
that's
the
how
truth. We all know.
But it's just like capturing. You ruined it.
You ruined Link.
You ruined Link.
Why do you think they call the game Zelda, right?
Oh.
Yeah. He's a douchebag.
Imagine what happens in between the
Hey,
games.
the cartoon. In the cartoon, he was a douchebag.
There you go.
All right, he was.
Yeah, he was
No
like.
lie.
Yeah.
Oh, that
So
cartoon,
if
though.
you haven't seen it, just YouTube the Legend of Zelda cartoon that came out in the
actually never
80s,
seen it.
90s. It's
Do it. It's
horrible.
so
Dude,
worth
it was
it.
on TCC.
Was it?
Yeah. Like,
so I must have seen
you
it.
must have seen it.
I don't remember it.
It's the most obnoxious version of any fucking video game character.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Sorry for derailing, Adam.
Yeah, no, it's of course.
So when did you realize like the step up game had started to happen?
Well, I mean, I started painting like when I was 16, 17-ish.
And you are today?
22.
22. Yeah. So I've painted for 5 years in total.
Which is nothing, you bitch.
Yeah. No, I painted
Let's
before.
put it in perspective. It's nothing, you bitch.
Slap.
Slap.
Yeah.
But no, I painted before. I loved like sketching and whatever. But when I was 17 years old, I got my first drawing tablet, and it was one of those really small Wacom Intuos.
Like the
The
one of
A5,
those. No, he said Intuos. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Intuos small. It was not the one that was before
What were they
it.
called? They were just
Intuos
numbered.
3.
Intuos 1,
Yeah,
2,
it was
3.
2,
Yeah.
3. Yeah,
I
And
had
then
the
went over
4.
to like small, medium, and large.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I had the 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Um,
that was my favorite. It was so good.
and then I got that one, and I was like, ooh, I can actually do stuff with this. So I started like painting my favorite characters, and soon after I realized that I didn't like painting without looking at what I drew.
Yeah.
And so I made the ultimate commitment. I got myself a Cintiq, which I got super early.
Which one?
13 HD. I
Okay,
got.
cool. When that came, yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, for me, that was like buying a precious artifact.
Yeah,
I
it
was-
cost about 13,000 crowns, I think, when it came.
I
or
think
something
when
like
I
that.
got it, like 8K. I think.
Oh shit!
paid
It,
for it. Yeah, it
okay,
went
well
down.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, when I
It's still
bought
a lot
that-
of money.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of
dude,
money
it's
for
a
also
lot of-
like a 17-year-old.
$800.
Yeah,
bucks.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
$800. Yeah.
So I treated that like I was owning a piece of the Mona Lisa. And it also made me really motivated, where I was like, now I've spent $800. I can't just put this in the drawer and not do anything with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it worth it.
Yeah, make it worth it.
Make it worth
Um,
it. You put your back bend, put it in reverse.
Yeah.
Wacom's new slogan. Let me
The new
work
commercial.
it. Let me work it.
Let me work.
I just love that backwards singing thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think around like that time where I got the Cintiq, it was like, oh, now I really want to paint, and I just started like pushing out ideas, and I think during that first year where I got it, I made like 15, 20 paintings that I called finished, like done things, and I spent like upwards towards 20 hours on each because I thought it was really fun to work on them. But it was soon after that I sort of like I took a break, which was like 8 months where I didn't paint at all.
So how did that come about?
Yeah,
And why?
Because like for me as an artist, I thought that it was mostly fun when I started. And then I got this idea that I wanted to be an architect, because everybody who wants to be an artist, they always live with the little fear that like,
I need to
"Oh,
make
Where
I
did that
need money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where
I've
did that
been there, I've
where
been
did
there.
that fear come from? Was it someone that told you something, or like was it sort of like, yeah, but artists, you know, like was it something that was sort of taught, like maybe not consciously, but did people sort of like, oh yeah, but
What
that's
are you
a
gonna do
hard
with your
job,
life?
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But I think it was a combination of everything. Like you had people in the artist industry being
Yeah.
like, oh, getting a job is a hard time. But also like you had friends and family, and like somebody was becoming an engineer. Somebody was like, your parents, they were like, oh, you should be this or that. So I think everybody compiled it into, I should be an architect.
yeah,
Yeah.
and becomes your reality. Yeah,
So I basically just took a break from painting, and I eventually just started talking to people, and they were like, "No, you shouldn't be an architect. It sucks." They were like, "It's the most boring time. You get to pick materials. That's about it." So
there's
I-
not
You
a
heard it
lot
here
of
first,
new
kids.
designing unless you're
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just get to do like the technical, like
Yeah.
behind the scenes work. You
It
don't
was
get to
like
design
5% of drawing something cool, and then the rest of just
Yeah,
having to
not fun.
math and meth.
Math
And
and math.
heroin.
yeah, and heroin, cocaine.
Yeah,
Cocaine. It's just a
yeah.
gateway drug.
Yeah.
Architecture.
Gateway one hell of a drug. But it was when I realized that, then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go all in, just paint and do my best with it. And I think everybody around me at that time also accepted that this is the path that I want to go. And it was when I got that sort of like confirmation from everybody that I was like, okay, now I can just run off and do whatever. That I started to paint for real, and I started to realize the big motivation for me that I just whenever I finished one piece, I was like, now I want to start a new one.
That's cool
so-
though. That's
yeah.
cool.
getting the time.
Yeah, but the first time you started with digital, let's go back to your first tablet.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
Intuos
because
something.
it's not about the tablet, but it's
Of
about
course it is.
the transition from traditional to digital.
Yeah.
I had the hardest time. I was so excited, and then I tried it
Yeah.
and failed horribly, and then I put it away for 2 years.
Yeah.
I had this old Wacom Graphire that no one remembers. It was this warm gray little piece of
Never
shit.
heard of it.
And it was ugly as fuck, but it did its job. It was like A6 in size. It was like tiny. And I got it for cheap, from a guy at the Modern Museum of Art here in Stockholm. And I just tried it 1-2 times, and I was just like, yeah, I'll do this later.
Yeah.
And then I didn't use it for 2 years. And then, I think I went to comic book shop, and I found this disc, because this was back in the day where you couldn't find tutorials anywhere. And I found this little CD-ROM thing with a tutorial, how to paint comic style,
Oh, yeah.
And I basically just plugged that in my awesome computer.
PC.
Exactly, a PC, a big fucking box. And I just followed it, And I think the reason why I bought it was it had a J. Scott Campbell sketch
Oh, yeah.
and how to paint it. So I just followed that, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is what I didn't get with the whole thing. And then I started, drawing my own line art and just trying to paint that.
Yeah.
But it was a big jump for me. Nowadays, there are so many fucking tools. So I feel that it's easier. But back then, Photoshop, how the fuck did you learn Photoshop? You just
I was
did
using,
stuff and you
I was
cried.
using Paint.
Yeah.
You buy
remember?
a book Photoshop for Dummies.
Dude, I had that book.
Yeah.
And I also had the
book.
first sort of Wacom whatever. It was, I don't even remember the brand, but it was just for signing signatures for businesses.
Yeah, your dad had that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he got
remember
it
that.
for me as a drawing tool.
Yeah, he thought it was
But it's almost the size of a business card. That was the area you could draw on.
Yeah, it's a
And
signature.
I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, this is awesome. And you
Yeah.
could, so I was drawing Paint things on Windows, and it was amazing for about half a day.
the magic one.
No,
Yeah.
but that's the best thing. That is not a drawing tool. That is
No.
basically just a signature thing that they use.
Yeah.
They even have them at some banks and shit.
Yeah.
Where you can sign your signature
When,
with a
when you
line.
get your passport now, you
Oh,
have
yeah.
one of those.
Oh, yeah,
to
that's true.
sign it.
That's true. Yeah.
You go in there and they have the Wacom
Yeah,
Graphire.
Exactly. No, I remember saving so much money to get my first Intuos 3
Dude, yeah.
that I had to order specially from a photo place. They only sold cameras and photo equipment, but they
still-
also had.
But did you buy that one here?
No, in Germany.
In Germany, right?
Yeah. Because I remember talking
That's
to you
common,
about
yeah.
it before, which one should I get, and
Yeah.
and you recommended the Intuos series.
Yeah,
Wacom.
and I think the 4 had just come out,
Yeah.
and you bought the version
The
prior because it was cheaper and it
And-
was basically
plus a little bit smaller, which was easier for
Yeah,
me
maybe
to
that
move
was it.
around
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. So, but when I got that, and the area you draw on those is A5, maybe a little bit smaller.
I like
Yeah.
that size.
but
yeah.
it was really nice. And then because you had been working on them for so long, for me it was just oh, you just need to accept that this is how you do it, and you do it well.
Yeah.
It was just no, you can't start complaining now because Ilias is already doing it.
Oh yeah,
I
we've always had
I
that.
need to step up beyond
All right.
Ilias.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
give a shit how hard this is. I'm just gonna be good at it. And just dive in head first and yep, accept everything. This all sucks. I can't do shit.
Yeah.
Yep, forget about it. Just keep going.
So many drawings,
Yeah.
so bad. But what I
Always.
like about you, Adam, is though that you actually made full things. I just did a doodle,
Yeah.
added some color dodge, and some burn tool, and I was like,
Oh, burn
done.
tool.
Next, yeah.
Oh, so
just use
But
all
the
the
day you
crazy
realized that color dodge existed, you were
Yeah.
my world.
dude,
Color
but
what?
so bad, so bad. I
Yeah.
used them all wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just abused them,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a sketch, add red, add color dodge,
Yes.
just
But I think everybody did that because they were like, oh, it makes it so much more flashier.
yeah.
Mm.
but like my transition when I
Are you guys on your second? No, right? Okay. I thought those were open too. I was like, when did you guys?
I just prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
no, but I think when I first got my graphical, like the graphics tablet, it was such a transition. Like you guys talked about, like being able to do everything. Same thing was for me, where I was like, I've painted with like pen and paper before, haven't been that much into markers, and then I went into like the Intuos, and it was so nice. Like you were still insecure with your strokes. You were doing like the little like in pieces stroke, where you're just going back and forth all the time, and then at some point it just clicked, like this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
When you hear that sound, then you know
It's time to turn.
it's time to
page.
turn the page.
It's built into the Wacom software. At some point they're like, now we play it.
Oh man. Best episode ever. Oh man.
But dude, how did you get like so you've gone through this whole sort of insecurity thing. You're going to become an architect because reasons, and you get back into art because people tell you it sucks and it's a gateway drug.
And you get your Cintiq.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you commit.
Exactly. So what made you choose not future games? No.
My self-respect.
Yeah, myself.
No, I'm just kidding.
Goddamn.
Because he calls it not future games.
Not future. I go to not future games. School of Art.
No, but
No future, I mean.
I think because you were asking about like what made me think that I was gonna go for landscapes instead of characters, or yeah. I like it was just a transition where I realized that I loved the background more than I loved my characters. And I also realized that every time I posted something, you sort of go off what people think of the thing that you make. Like they're like, oh, I love the background on this.
Yeah.
And every time that I just painted a solo landscape that was like an environment, maybe like one character in it, they were like, this is your best piece yet. And it continued like that for 6 months. And every time I added a character, it was like 5 likes. And
that's no.
But together with that, I also sort of realized that there's so many people that want to do characters, and I don't enjoy it. So why would I focus on it when I enjoy something else entirely? And that's when I just started like going full on. I'm gonna tackle landscapes and environments and just go for that. And I haven't regretted it since. Now I'm sort of looking into adding a little bit of character.
I think you could just make, like if you make a little, what do you call it, like a little stamp, know, like a brush stamp with characters for scale. Because I think nothing tells you scale like a character does.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
You
and
just add it in.
Yeah. Because they don't have to be detailed more than there's a little silhouette with a hint of whatever the fuck the theme is,
Yeah. And I've done that every now and then. There's this really classical little character. You paint him like super simple. He doesn't even have arms. It's just
he's just a little. Yeah, exactly.
I love those characters because they're so simple, and they also tell so much.
Do you have like an arrow to the knee on them as well? Just like, I used to be an adventurer just for scale. Just for scale. I used to be an adventurer just for scale, but I took an arrow to the knee.
But everybody who does like landscapes, they have this little meme about them. Like you do concept art, and you're like you add the wandering person with a cane.
With the cane.
Yeah, with the cane.
It was just like, dude, early concept days with the seagulls.
Yeah.
Those were also like a sense of scale.
Seagulls.
Yeah, the stamp seagulls. And everyone had the exact stamp seagulls because everyone was like, it was this ecosystem of brushes that just went around.
Stamp of approval. That's what it is. Squeeze.
Yeah, but every piece that you saw was the same thing. It was like the wandering person with the cane, like old man hooded also. No face. Of course. Just a hood. And then seagulls everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think
quality concept.
But the seagulls were sort of like
the only concept landscape I have, to be honest. If I go into my DeviantArt, I have that wandering dude.
Nice. But the fun thing is, with the seagull was sort of like I'm done. You know what I mean? It was like
it was the last.
okay, I've done
last thing.
everything. Let's just add some seagulls.
Exactly. After you
Done.
sign
Yeah.
the piece,
Yeah,
you still
and then
go
you
in
just
and
like
do the
bloop,
seagulls.
bloop, And the best thing is when seagulls are like when you don't
Misused?
get the sense of scale.
Yeah.
So you have them somewhere, and then you're like giant seagulls, just
Yeah.
like really giant seagulls.
I would like to see somebody do something different with the seagulls. Make them as like a sea texture, maybe, or something. You know.
Oh, or
Yeah.
just do a whole piece with
With
just
seagulls.
the seagull brush.
Yeah.
Just like
But I've seen so many like awesome takes of when people start to paint. You know, like when they start their process and they go like they use like a Wacom, like a picture of a Wacom tablet to build up their scene. They're just photo bashing in like tablets everywhere. And then you see it become like a final piece. That's really cool.
Dude, I love
Imagine if it was the
all
same
those
for
things.
seagulls.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Hey.
be the first, Adam.
Touche.
I will give it to you.
I can go for it.
No, but I've seen people do a lot of those crazy things where they just take random photos, and then they just start smearing them around,
Yeah.
and then like boxes, rectangles, and then they just start lassoing and just like blopping colors everywhere, and you're like, what the fuck? And then like they start like doing some airbrushing and just smoothing, and then suddenly you're like, wait, I'm looking at a fucking background now. Like, what the fuck happened? You had like Steven Seagal there just a minute ago, and now it's like this landscape. You're
That's
like,
a mountain.
yeah, exactly. Steven Seagal mountain.
Speaking of Steven Seagal, we were talking about No Future. So,
No future games. But yeah,
Right.
but
Yeah,
what got
so how
you
did
back
that-
in? Yeah, how did you go from architecture to video games?
Oh, yeah.
and how
I-
did you find your education?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually applied for architecture, and I came in as first reserve, which was the worst feeling ever. But it was also like my call that it was not my way to go. So the same year, I started realizing that I'm gonna go for game art. So I was working part-time, and I was painting all the time that I had, like my free time, and I was streaming while I was doing it. And I started to fall in love with like just painting. And eventually at that time, I started meeting a friend of mine that I still have as a friend that was going to apply to the game assembly. And he started talking about it. He was like, this is a really good school, and I've heard about it before. There's a lot of like people that go to it. So I felt like this is my go-to, because I was sort of feeling like I want to give my all to game art and just like really get into it.
What is the program that they have for artists, just to let Swedes know at least?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a Swedish program. So
yeah, that's what I said. Like,
but it's game art. So even if you've just done 2D like I did, like it's pretty 3D oriented.
okay. Smart.
Yeah, they give you an introduction to like everything. So even if you haven't done 2D before, they give you like 2D introduction. You have an assignment where you're like, oh, paint a box.
Oh, nice.
Everybody
Check.
needs that. Check.
But I think it's a really good thing to learn
It
about
is.
shapes.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
absolutely.
It was the first thing we did as well.
Yeah, everybody does it, and it's really good. So even I appreciated it, and everybody did it. And you get to learn concept art and all that, but it's very 3D oriented, and I sort of liked that because I felt like 3D could be a really good thing for me to learn. Because you're hearing about everybody that's going like concept art, and they're doing like blockouts of their things in 3D and all that.
Yeah.
So I felt like, this is the way I want to go. So I applied, and I got into Malmö and Stockholm, but I chose Stockholm because
We're here.
you're
true.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
exactly.
Of course.
Yeah.
We understand.
Yes.
Ilya's smell drew you in.
Yes.
Yes. The stench.
The stench.
Man stank.
Stank. I
the word
just
stank.
felt
Yeah,
it from
I
my
love it.
application.
Yeah. Will apply because of man stank.
You're like, approved.
Approved.
Wow,
You're
such
in.
man.
But that is, I mean, you're still living in Gothenburg, though.
No,
No,
I'm not.
he's here.
I
No, no,
have.
you are-
I'm
but you're-
actually living in here.
So
Not
you are
in here.
living in Gröndal.
Yes.
Okay. So
but-
I was just confused.
What was your phone number and address? No,
Exactly. Where do we send the hate mail? Yes. I've got a lot of anthrax. to get it.
I'm screwed. Sleep with one eye open.
I love that he waits until you get home. and
Oh, yeah.
just like doesn't do anything while you're so Swedish.
Yes.
I'll keep it inside and just passive aggressively have this show.
Slowly lick that post stamp.
But I was living in Gothenburg, and I felt like I have nobody like really close to me except like I have my sister who lives in Stockholm. So I had nobody in Malmö, and I felt like I really want to go to Stockholm. It felt like fun. I'd met you guys before. It felt like an artist city in general. So I thought that would be a fun experience.
That's what we did for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're welcome. And then
No,
Robert
honestly,
just puts
like-
his hand on your leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lespero.
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 Lesp.
Left.
Lespero.
It's perfect. It's
It's just
Everything
becoming
about
a persona.
we're building a character here. It's so good.
I'm good.
Um,
Oh man.
But I think that just made it for me that I wanted to go to
Yeah, because
Stockholm.
you were here on the last event, right? That
Yeah.
one 100 years ago now.
Yes.
Cool.
And I think that was one of the breaking points for me, because also like it was one of the first time that I met a lot of artists. Like when you're starting out with digital art, finding people in real life that do art is hard, because like they're just hiding. Like most of us, they're
They're busy
inside.
drawing. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
in their darkness.
Yeah. So being at an event here, it was just finding more people that do the same thing as I do, and I thought that was fun. So I thought Stockholm could be like an artist city, and that drove me into applying here.
Awesome.
I also
So cool.
applied for Future Games, but I didn't take that one because I was talking to my friend, and he was like, "Yeah, go with the game assembly."
But did you get into Future Games? Like, did they accept you, or did you not apply fully?
I think I was sending in my application and then didn't send it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like they had this full thing where you were like, send in 5 works and then write descriptive text to all of them. I was like, no.
Wow, that's too much work.
Yeah, it's too much work.
Right. What?
Right, what?
I can't spell.
While I was like applying to the game assembly, I was like, I sent in a picture and I wrote rock study. And that was all that I did.
Nice.
I was like, this is my level of ambition. I like it.
Awesome.
I didn't come here to write a book.
And I mean, it worked. So
Yeah.
I started studying there, and I've been doing so for like 1.5 years now, and it's really fun.
So Daniel said that the Future Games was a bit lax. Like they had a lot of, time to kill, so to say. How is the game assembly like workload? Is it intensive? Is it like a lot of stuff to cram into your head? Is it a lot of responsibility on you, for example, as an artist or like as students to sort of like, this is what they teach us, but we need to use the time to also, learn things on our own.
I think it's what you make of it. It's very intensive. Like
Okay,
we go
okay.
9 to 6 each day.
Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like on a usual day, I get home at like 7:30.
Oh, okay.
But I think people like they flex. Like you can go 5. Like you can go home at 5 if you really want to. But you have to like work around it.
Okay.
And that's because like on the afternoons we have our game projects, and then like during the morning we have our personal courses.
Yeah.
And they're a lot of work. Like we've had assignments where I'm sort of known as the person who works a lot of overtime at school. It's sort of a running joke now where it's like, oh, well, he did it because he worked overtime. And that's because I've really enjoyed having the extra time to do it. But it is an intensive like school. Like you do a lot of things. I think we make 8 game projects over 2
Holy
years.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of game projects.
Yeah, some of them turn out really well. Some of them, they're a shit show.
Yeah, but it's the learning.
Yeah,
like
it's the learning experience, exactly. But it's a fun education. Like you really get to do everything. And like some courses, they're not the best thing. Like for me, I hate animation. I'm not good at it.
It's the best.
No.
No, I suck at it too. Don't get me wrong. I love moving pictures though. Like
Yeah, I mean, like getting the result, but doing 3D animation.
Okay, maybe
characters,
that's not fun. Yeah,
But 2D animation is fun. 2D animation is a lot of fun.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Like sitting in After Effects,
Yeah.
but also like doing just pixel animation. We've done a lot of that. And that's a fun experience.
Yep.
But you have the courses where you're killing time. And that's where I've picked up like doing personal projects instead. Because when it's a course that not everybody should be like have to engage in, like animation or like visual effects, nobody like some get into it, but not everybody. They give you a lot of time to like kill. So that's when you can do your own stuff and like have fun with it, which is nice. I really like that.
It is nice if you're that type of person. I think that's where like just knowing yourself as an artist is like important, you know, because if you know that you're like, if I get time, like wind down time, I'm just going to do nothing. And then there's the people that are like, I get free time. Okay. And then you start like working even more because you're that type of person, you know, you utilize the time. And I think Daniel also said that he's very into working on his own thing.
Yeah, he's doing world building, right?
Yeah. And he just like, okay, well, I'll just do my thing.
But I mean, he came into school with an IP already. He already had this thing that he was building. And he just got, you know, everything that he did in school was just more and more for
But it was
his
tools,
world building.
He got more tools to sort of evolve.
It's the perfect way to like really up your game.
But also he came in a lot older than everyone else.
Yeah,
and
he's
I think
old as
that
fuck.
helped. Yeah, he's really old.
Ancient being.
Yeah, ancient motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wolf.
And Thursdays, drunk and draw. Drunk and draw on
At
Bishop's
Arms.
on in God damn it,
The old city.
Yeah, the old city.
Gamla stan,
Yeah.
Bishop's Arms.
I need to go there.
Yeah, Thursdays. Starting at some time in the
I think it's
evening.
like 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
or something.
6 or 7, I think.
Yeah.
I love how we know about this, but we haven't been there.
Exactly.
No, I just need
we're
to
too cool
invite
for school.
so I can say no.
Exactly. Yeah. No. If you're in Stockholm and you just want to hang out with cool people drawing stuff and maybe get a beer as well, yes, drink and draw on Thursdays with Velusar. He normally posts on his social media when they're doing the thing. Hang out with them, and maybe one day you might hear them talk about us because we're not going to be there.
So if you want to meet us, you can get a mention of us live.
I really want to go. I really, really want to go. But for some reason, I always get late bookings on Thursdays. Probably because I booked them late because I know.
So I can avoid this event.
It's really
Oh,
weird.
sorry, I had another time to
Oh,
this week.
yeah. I booked. What did you book? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I just don't want to
tattoo
go.
work. You know. Yeah, I gotta go.
Good joke.
So, yeah.
But again, also wanted to sort of like, so that's cool. The school, does it have connections to, you know, actual video game places?
Yeah.
So, for example, you guys are going to have, what was it, like 6 months of school now?
Yeah,
left?
we have like one more term.
Yeah.
And then internship. So we get to have a meet and greet. And I think like there's a bunch of video game companies that go there that we get to talk to. It's always different people, but there's a good bunch of them. And then you also get to apply yourself to different places.
Are there any sort of particular places you want to go to?
Oh, I have some.
Tell me which ones they are.
Top
Maybe
three.
I know someone that works there.
Top 3.
Like I've been planning to apply to Hazelight, so I think that would be fun. I think that their style matches pretty well with like.
Also, you talked good about their games.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
before
yeah.
the
Their
show,
games
so
are
that's
fantastic.
cool, yeah.
They're really good. But also like Stunlock, they make stylized. Like they're basically a Warcraft of Sweden, which I think is nice. They have a good style, and same with like I think they're called Thunderful now, but people know them as Soink.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds super familiar.
Yeah. They made like Fear, Lost in Random.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. They made like really cool like stylized games, and I think that'd be fun to apply to.
I just realized how little I know of the gaming industry when you're talking now. I'm like, yeah.
And that's the
and
fun.
then you say the game, I'm like, I know the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no clue about the game developers.
And that's the fun
Jesus.
thing about this is I think I know a little about my own industry, but then you talk about it in front of people like that are not involved in it, and you're just like, okay.
But this is when I feel old, like really old.
Video games.
I'm like,
Video games.
Consoles.
Yeah.
I know about the PS4.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't mock the PS4, dude.
Dude. PS4 was golden. I have one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I have
there
the
you go.
5.
Yeah.
This is church. You do not blaspheme.
Blaspheme?
Blaspheme.
Blaspheme.
Yeah, blasphemer.
Blasphemer 5. No.
Yeah.
New console.
New console.
No, but it was so funny. Like, I asked you for your top 3, and I didn't know any of your top 3 where you want to work.
I have some that are like abroad, but
Yeah.
it's also like in Sweden because it's nice to play within Sweden.
But I think Stockholm is like the leading
Oh, dude, Stockholm
city
is
of
amazing.
game
Yeah, it's
development.
really big.
Sweden in general, like app development of games, like we're like very high on the list of like renowned.
Yeah. We have a lot of
Yeah.
games, and I mean like, but there's so many different of them. Like you have the people that want to go to like they want to go to King, and they want to go to like Dice and
Yeah.
Yeah, the really,
I mean, those
really
the,
big
the
studio.
common.
Yeah.
But that's the fun thing. Like, I mean, EA and Dice aren't as well sought after anymore.
Oh,
Like,
they are.
they're
They
almost-
are.
They-
yeah, but
they
I mean,
are,
they're
but-
like dirty names in the industry now. Like, they're not doing
No,
that
that's Blizzard.
well,
Yeah.
you know?
I was like
And
that.
Blizzard.
No,
Yeah.
Like, all of
No,
the big
but-
names have really started to sink.
Yeah.
It's not.
But if
it's
you
not
if
what it
you're
was,
in it
you know
though,
what I mean?
no, it isn't. But there's still like
I mean, EA is still doing Star Wars games. They're
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
doing like really awesome things.
and
But it's just.
and that's the thing. Like not being in the gaming industry, it might look like everyone's just like hating on these companies. No, they're still getting tons of people applying to
Of
their
course,
jobs.
they still
So-
make money.
Yeah, no, but I just mean there's still people that want to, like they don't care about the assholes. They just want to work with their favorite IPs.
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
they, like, and they see past all that stuff.
I nearly pissed myself when I got to go to the DICE headquarters. Like when I got to go to the offices of DICE. Holy shit! Just seeing the big battlefield,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck cutout thing
I
they
always-
have when you walk in, and you're like, I'm in heaven.
Yeah, I'm in
now.
heaven.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I didn't realize how much I love this until I'm here, and just like every person walking by is an angel. and
Dude,
you're
I
like,
always get them mixed up. I always forget if it's Blizzard or if it's them that does the Call of Duty games. I was like, DICE. I was like, is that the Call of Duty one or is it the Battlefield one? Because I was at a workshop with the guy from DICE there, just talking about like how they plan the games and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, is this
Which
which one
game
is
is
this?"
this?
I was like, "Is this like? Should I ask something about
Crash
Call of
Bandicoot.
Duty?" And then just like,
Take a wild shot, just hope for the best.
"Did you make a game that I know?"
Love your
yeah.
work on Spyro, I think.
Yeah, right? Right?
Yeah, and then you just wait. You're like,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. Derail. Sorry. But now you're towards the end of the school era. How do you feel right now? Like, is it nerve-wracking getting into the later part of, or the last part of your education? Like, you're stepping away from mommy.
Yeah.
You're not a
The
baby
game
anymore.
assembly being the mommy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Um,
it's still. I mean, you have one term or one semester left of school, and then out to sort of really step into the real world of game
Yeah.
industry. How does that feel?
I think mostly stressful. It's gonna be fun, like really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I think most of us, like behind that shell of just pure terror, is like the excitement of being able to go out.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's like watching a scary movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrifying, but it's also exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always going to be fun
You're
to
still
watch a
gonna do
scary.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I think the thing about it is like you're going in not knowing like what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I also think everybody at the end of the day, they're gonna realize it's probably gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like people stress out a lot more than they need to. But at the same time, it's also a little bit fun being that stressed up like we are now. Like everybody's just like pushing out portfolio work. We have our like specialization courses. where you just like you get to do whatever you want to build your portfolio, and I think everybody thinks that's fun, but you don't know what happens at the end of the day. So,
but you've done something that I like that not everyone, I think, at your school has done, and that's build a community around your artwork on social. You know, that I think is going to benefit you a lot, especially if you want to sort of get in touch with, you know, people in the gaming industry. That might be, you know, people that have been in it for a while that would like, oh, but this kid, you should see his stuff. He's been sort of like, you know, he just keeps growing.
yeah.
And I think that you have an edge there that not everyone in your school has, and the students in your class.
Let's not jinx this boy.
no,
I'll end
but
up homeless in a year.
But was that an
You can live in my
intentional thing?
basement.
Because when you started posting on Twitter,
Yeah.
like, what was the thought behind that?
I think I started with Instagram so much, and I think everybody does. Like, you think Instagram is like the platform for
But
art.
it's garbage for backgrounds. I've tried, and it just
garbage.
like every time I post something, it's just like it just gets even tinier than it needs to be.
And also, if you want to connect with people, I think it's not the go-to app. I think Twitter is easier if you want to connect directly to certain developers and stuff like that.
It depends.
No.
It depends. Like I a lot of the people that that I follow mutually back are other people in the gaming industry. So it is like that community is there.
It feels
But-
tighter in that way, whereas Instagram is more kind of Facebook.
No, but I mean, no. I mean, like Instagram. I have
Oh,
the same
okay.
connection there as I have. Like the people that I hang out with on Twitter are basically other also people, and Instagram is the same.
Oh, okay.
But my problem is the way you can display your art.
Yeah.
Like if you post, like this is just statistically, like anything that is sort of just like landscape images on Instagram perform poorly.
Yeah.
Not everything does, but it in general terms does
Well,
perform.
you don't even have the proper format.
That's what
to
I'm
post,
saying.
Like,
You can post them, you know, like wide, but
Yeah.
not as wide as you would like, and also they would be tiny.
you're limited to that
Yeah.
square.
Yeah, it's
guess.
also
Yeah.
like you have the square, but you
Yeah.
also have like the feed, like
Yeah.
getting found on Instagram. Like
Yeah.
I follow a bunch of people
Yeah.
on Instagram. Like some of them they do landscapes and they do really well, but I think getting that initial like cut where you're like, oh, now
Yeah.
I can actually get into like the community.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
While on Twitter, it's more like it's an active
It's
community.
right there.
Yeah.
It's right there, and it's also like you don't just post and then go away. It's like people, they host events, they host hashtags, they host like a bunch of things, like art shares, where
Yeah.
you're like it's basically free reposts.
Yeah. But I like the one that sort of like, here's mine, share yours type of thing, you know,
Yeah.
on Instagram, where you're like, someone posts like 4 images, and then you you quote tweet that, and then you add your images, you know, and then there's this like thread of awesome art that you can just like rabbit hole into. Oh my God.
Those are crazy.
Yeah, those
I've
are
missed
crazy.
that. I haven't seen that.
But it happens all the time where it's like it happens on Instagram through like stories.
Yeah.
It happens on Twitter through threads where people
Yeah.
just they post an art share, and like it
It's
goes
insane.
crazy because people they search for the word art share and they're just like, oh nice, now I can post the same artworks to like 50 different threads. Sometimes it can become tiresome. Like,
But I've noticed that people are like on and off on those, you know, like because some people just have like they've retweeted like 50 art shares, you know. You're like, okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
I know your work now.
Yeah. But it is fun. I've discovered a lot of cool artists in that type of thing, and a lot of people with big followings do it as well. Sort of like, I'm just gonna retweet my favorites. Just post your art here, you know. And then just like appreciate each other, and then they just like retweet a couple of the ones that they really vibe with. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I think also like with Twitter, it gives, for me at least, I think it's an easier forum because I really like when you're able to like appreciate like a person's art.
Yeah.
It's an easier forum in Twitter where you can just go like, oh, I really like your work, and like you can link over to their page because you can just
exactly.
write text. You don't have to upload images and all that. People wouldn't be really happy if you did that on Instagram. You just started posting their art.
Yeah,
that wouldn't go home.
No. But it's nice that they're still linked to the thing that you're doing, like at all times. Yeah.
And you just write text, like it's not so image based as Instagram is, and that's nice about Instagram. But it's like also I really like Twitter for that fact.
But when did you start using Twitter, and when did it start going well?
I started using it 2019, I think. Yeah, and I posted there for I think half a year, maybe almost up towards a year. And someday I was sitting and I was talking to my brother and my dad. I was really bored. So I put up a post where I was like, oh, I'm getting close to 1,000 followers now on Twitter. Can we push it towards that goal? And then the World of Warcraft Twitter account reposted it, which has 1.3 million.
But did you have art at all?
Yeah, I had artworks.
But I mean, did you have art to that post?
Yeah, I had 4 artworks.
Okay.
And they reposted it or retweeted
that is
it.
So cool.
And I just went absolutely mental because I started seeing people just like the notification flood was just insane. And that was sort of my golden ticket out of there. And it was such a fun experience being like, holy crap, I went from 1K to like 3.8 in a day.
That's insane.
That was a fun experience, and then from there I started being able to grow a community. And just have people that I was talking to, and it just grew from there on. And I wasn't as much stressed as I need to have people find my art as I still am on Instagram. Like that's a constant fear.
But I think you have a good thing with Twitter, and I would just nurture that. Like we've said, like try to not the sort of community you wish you had, but the one you actually do have is your best tool. And I think if Twitter works for you, because it's the opposite for me. I have a nice following on Twitter with a lot of industry professionals, but Instagram is what works. And you know, dude, use the one you have, because I've seen your community. I've seen that you're not just sitting there waiting for people to like your stuff. You're starting stuff. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, we're gonna do this hashtag, like beautiful landscapes. Use it, share your stuff. You know, this is mine, blah blah blah, and then people just blah 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 blah. Just keep resharing it.
That hashtag thing was absolutely.
But it's
crazy.
It's so cool. And you did the draw this in your style, but with landscapes. I drew a version of your.
Did.
I did.
I wanted to, but then like every one of my draw this in your styles, I'm like, oh yeah, but no time.
Well, you know what the best thing about yours was though? I really, because every time I do these, I always overcomplicate them. So I was like, I'm just gonna take as much of the essence of yours as I can, and then just try to sort of like limit the amount of stuff that I put in it. I'm gonna have the tree, I'm gonna have the glow, the little thing, and then I'm gonna just just pull everything.
Just take the essence of it.
So you made the tree into a character and this
exactly with muscle.
Landscape. So pretty much did nothing what Adam has done.
And just wrote my name.
He did the opposite of Adam. Yeah.
Just wrote my name
but
big.
The essence is there.
Yeah, but the
behind all of it.
I like you, Adam.
Madam.
Madam.
He did a madam.
No, but I really liked that one, and it just like. After that one, I was just like looking into it, and you were just creating these awesome things, and like I was like, this is a community of fucking like background artists, you know what I mean? And everyone that was sharing like and reposting each other's stuff, I was like, fuck, this is awesome, and this is what I hate about Twitter is like the quality of artists that you find. It's just like a follow, and then you're like, I'm basically follow spamming now, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be blocked at some point. But it's just so many fucking awesome artists.
That's why I was so happy that my account was so butt fucked by this hooker or whatever. So
what?
Yeah, no,
no
my account was hacked. So I went in and I was like, oh, it's not my account anymore, apparently. No, this is somebody took it over. Somebody had hacked me.
Oh, nice.
And it's one of those people like selling sex.
Jeez.
and then just
No,
had
Went from tattoo art to sex.
yeah,
Yeah.
more
No,
or less.
but it's basically
So yeah, now it's not anymore. I
Dude, yeah, you
I deleted it.
yeah,
It's
okay.
gone. So I need to
Yeah,
restart
res-
everything.
Because Maria's little brother as well, like suddenly he was just like, I was like, oh, he's posting. And it was just like, check out this video. Check out this
Yeah.
video. It was just
No.
porn, you know? I was like, dude, I'm like, are you posting porn on Twitter? He's like, what? He's like, no, shit, no, I've been hacked.
Tell him not to go into Pornhub anymore.
Yeah. Don't.
It's not safe.
It's not safe.
Your Twitter account is at stake.
Yeah.
Or maybe
But you're sharing some really good stuff on Twitter, bro.
or maybe it's you
Keep
porn.
at it.
I don't know. One of those.
It's not you. No, it's not me. It's you porn.
That was really
That is
good.
that's
That
a really
was-
good
that was
T-shirt. Yeah.
Really good.
That's not, it's not me. It's you porn.
Oh man.
Oh shit! Yeah. Fuck!
Yeah.
I gave it away on the show. God damn it!
Wait, what?
Hey, we don't have fans. It's
No,
fine. I'll
exactly.
make
Fine.
It's not.
Adam's
okay.
here. Like seriously,
Yeah, yeah.
he's hearing
The,
it live.
the sole listener.
The one.
Yeah, the one listener is here.
There can be only one.
Yes.
Adam.
Prince of
Very nice. Very nice.
Have you guys watched the second part of He-Man? By the way,
No.
no,
Oh, no.
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 I didn't.
Have you seen the first part, the revelations with the comeback? Thing?
Yeah, I wanted to start with it. I came 2 episodes in and I was like,
Oh, okay. No, I think
I
I was
love-
sick, so I
Okay.
was just half asleep, but I watched the whole season or the first
yeah,
part.
yeah, the first part. Yeah.
But now, like, I really don't feel like clicking on part
no,
2.
No, I haven't seen anything. There's so much to see now, and it all came at the same time. But we can save it for the retro.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah,
it was just like
absolutely.
speaking
yeah,
of.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
wa- yeah. But
But-
yeah.
Dude, I really like everything about your journey. I
Yeah.
think you've done what most of us haven't done right. And
Seriously,
that's
it's-
just like
it's like-
drawing and just like
If you just do exactly what Adam's been doing,
life.
you're gonna succeed in everything.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause that's how life. Because that's how life works.
Yes.
Just do everything someone else did.
Life
This is how
hands
I
you
get
lemons.
Yeah.
Do what Adam does.
Life gives you lemons. Oh my god, those are like awesome T-shirts. When life gives you lemons, do what Adam did.
just me holding like 5 lemons, being
Yeah.
ultra confused.
But let's talk about that.
You're also wearing like the fucking, the guy from that invented
Steve
the
Jobs.
iPhone. Yeah, Steve Jobs
Yeah.
shirt.
The
You're
guy
wearing
that
a
invented-
Steve Jobs shirt.
But also has the dock worker.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Beanie.
he's keeping it real.
Yeah. Doing both at the same time.
No, but
That's
something I wanted to touch upon that I didn't kind of phrase well earlier was sort of like, how did you manage to not be too hard on yourself? Because I think that's where a lot of people fail themselves. Basically, they're like, just I can't draw. Like you're shitting on yourself basically instead of like, how did you balance that? Like, how did you not do that?
I think whenever I made a piece and I realized that it was garbage, like I think everybody when they look back on a piece, they're like,
Yeah, yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
this is bad." I think I somehow just took it as a lesson. I'm like, I was looking at it like a lesson to take with me. That it's shit, or like it's not good in this aspect or this
Yeah, yeah.
aspect, and I think that's a thing that everybody looks at their art and they're like,
But
I don't
no
like the
one
perspective.
thinks like that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I think
No,
that
that is very unique. I
Yeah.
think.
How are you only 22? Are you an Asian kid underneath
an
that
Asian
beanie?
kid? Yeah.
I'm just like,
Definitely. I think those glasses are like fooling us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you don't want to see me without the glasses.
yeah, exactly.
No, but I was
like the
looking at
Hulk.
every art piece, and I think I was just looking at the things that I didn't like about it, and then the piece after, because I was always painting something that I thought was fun. I thought this time I'm gonna bring the things that I didn't like from my previous piece and make them better. And I continued doing that back and forth.
I never thought like that
No,
when
no,
I was young.
no.
Like I was just like, because what you said was like, oh, I looked back at him. No. I could mid drawing hate it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No,
I
I
was like,
did
this
too,
shit,
yeah.
this, and then you're just like in the spiral of just like tardiness. You know, like derp, 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 derp. Like
And just keep
and
going.
then you're like, I'm out.
The thing I did, I was like mid-drawing, I was like, I hate this. I'm gonna stress it out. So I just started speed painting it until I finished it, and
But
then
I
I
love that you
better.
finished it.
Yeah.
That's like I scrapped them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't
Same,
continue
same.
because there's
As soon
something.
as I'd done the
Yeah.
character, and then it was like, let's finish the piece. It's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's like just drop shadow.
Yeah.
drop shadow.
Shadow, color dodge,
That's
color burn.
You know, add some grass straws in the drop shadow.
Color in the background.
yeah.
That's not
Oh, yeah.
covering the entire space.
And
No,
then like
exactly.
add on top of that.
Yeah. Boom.
Boom, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
Oh man, seagulls.
Oh, seagulls.
Isn't that a portrait? It's seagulls now.
Yeah, it's seagulls now.
Landscape.
It's a landscape. Abstract landscape.
Abstract landscape of Steven Seagal's backyard. Fuck you.
I just imagine somebody like photo bashing in Steven Seagal in the background. They're like, it's a mountain.
I would love that.
Oh, that's so good.
That's how I should end all my landscapes from now on. I'm just gonna add it, like in the end, just a Steven Seagal.
Yes. Somewhere. You can make it like an Easter egg. Just make him really tiny.
Yeah,
Somewhere in the picture.
amazing.
that's my character with the wand. Think that's a wand?
It's your watermark.
baguette.
It's the watermark. It's just like a transparent picture of Steven Seagal.
With a baguette.
A baguette magique.
Magic. Steven Seagal as Harry Potter. Baguette magic.
I think
This
I hear
is
that.
my- this
that,
is my happy
that
face.
moving on song.
Yeah.
Are you guys hearing that?
Yes, I'm hearing it.
I'm hearing
Let's
it.
move on.
Stuff you have to cut out to make room for the real. Whoa.
Yeah. We're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah.
So we are on Toolies.
Toolies.
Toolies with
And
Adam.
Yeah, so Adam is going to share some of his setup and his
Intimate
favorite tools.
secrets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what he does to the Wacom.
Yes.
Got a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So my setup that I work with.
Such a pro.
Yeah. What is your
Throwing-
setup?
Yeah. What, throwing into it.
Tell us already.
No, but as I said before, I was working with the Cintiq 13 HD, and when I started with it, I was like, I was painting way too hard. So
Now
I
it's
still have it. It's still there, but like the screen is really fucked up. It's just scratches all over the place.
Now to everyone else, don't press too hard.
Yeah, don't
No.
press too hard. You don't need to.
You can just adjust the pressure levels.
Yeah, I learned that a little bit too late. But I got a Cintiq 16. Just Cintiq 16. Last year, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it was really nice. They're getting cheaper, so I've been using that together with Photoshop 2022 or whatever it is now.
Shit,
Yeah.
son, you update shit.
You update
So
shit.
you and me are the only ones I know that update shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Thumbs up.
I do not update anything.
I know people
No
that are
shit.
sitting in like CS6,
Yeah, dude, same. Yeah, same here. Like,
and I'm like, but where are your custom like gradient maps
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
get with the program now? Because I'm a bit dependent on the new
oh,
stuff.
you
that
use
they
them?
have. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the okay, I haven't used the gradient maps.
Oh,
I haven't used Photoshop in forever. Procreate
Procreate
all
man.
the way.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah, so I've been using the Cintiq 16 together with Photoshop, and now during the education I've been learning more and more programs. So I've been getting into like new softwares a little bit along the way, but those are my go-tos.
Okay, so what is your, apart from the Cintiq and Photoshop, what is your, like, the hidden weapon of Adam?
Oh,
What is your He-Man sword?
yeah, the He-Man sword?
What makes
there-
you torn?
Yeah. Oh no. I have a couple of things.
Imbruglia. Natalie
I've
Imbruglia.
over the years, I've really like every time that I picked up a new brush that I really liked, I've been assembling them in like my own brush pack.
So now I have one. No.
So now I have one singular brush. No, it's so like my brush pack is so bloated now. I think I have like 70 or like 60 plus brushes, and I use 5 of them.
He says to the guy that has 1,400.
No, just
I don't use them all. I just
they're just in there.
I have it, and then I use like the hard round,
Yeah.
the airbrush.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're like, oh, I love this brush. Never gonna use it.
No, the
either.
problem is that Photoshop is so bloated that everything is just sludge. I
Yeah.
don't even know how to fix it anymore.
Yeah, you just put them in folders, and then you don't
Yeah,
have the
and then
energy
you-
to
yeah.
find in the folders.
Yeah.
I've been getting better at it with time, but I'm still like, I have so many brushes that I don't use. But the brush pack 100% is like, I have a brush for like most of the things that I want to do. Like I want to get some type of texture that I'm looking for. I have a brush for it. And
Yeah.
I think that's a nice fallback.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though I mostly use hard round and
Yeah.
like my square brush that is just
That is the most disappointing answer I give everyone.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, how did you get that? And how do you blend? And what do you use?" I'm like, hard round,
Hard round.
airbrush, hard round,
Yeah.
airbrush. And airbrush is just to get like some base, like big sort
Yeah.
of when I want soft stuff, and then it's like, and the rest like hard round.
hard
I'm
round.
just like hard round, bro.
I also erase sometimes.
Oh, I do that too. Like, with a hard round. It's so disappointing. It's just like,
But there is one brush which is like the perfect balance. It's
Oh, the
the,
perfect
avatar
brush.
of brushes, which is the mix of a hard round and a soft
yeah,
brush.
yeah. So you
where
have the
it's-
fade off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sharp on one edge and then
Yes.
soft on the other.
That sounds wrong.
It's
No, it's-
right
it
though.
sounds very
So right.
wrong.
But
So
it's
right.
very right. Because every time that you look at somebody's art and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I love this guy's stuff. And you realize that they have sharp edges and soft edges everywhere. And you realize that I never have the energy to do that unless I get one. Like, unless I
does
have a
it.
brush like
Yeah.
that. Everybody uses it in the background without saying anything. And it's so nice.
But some people don't. Like for me, for example, I do hard to soft edges manually. Like I paint with a hard round, and then I either do what Robert said, that I erase a hard edge, or I paint a hard. You know what I mean? Like I'll either use like the airbrush and then cut it with a hard round, or I'll do the other way around, like
Yeah.
erase or paint. Yeah,
Because
so
I do the same. But
it's just like naturally for me, but I do get. I have on the iPad. My sketching brush has a hard to soft edge,
yeah.
which works really nice with the iPad, like with the pen and the
I'm
way
so
they're
envious of you guys using iPads. I want to try it.
You wasted your cash on fucking Cintiqs,
Yeah.
you loser.
I did.
For sure.
Loser.
definitely. Especially Photoshop.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
100.
overrated.
Dude,
Yeah.
when you can connect the iPad,
It's
party in here.
Riding his
Yep.
chair.
I just don't lean back on your chair, kids.
Yep.
No, but when you can connect the iPad seamlessly to your computer, that would be cool. So you don't have to have like another external device for that.
But you can more or less
You can
do
on
that
the
now.
on Mac. You can.
Yeah.
I
mean, well,
but
yeah.
it's not ideal. Like I can work in Photoshop with my iPad with
Because
a
it
feature
works
called
like a
Sidecar.
Cintiq now.
Yeah, but
More
it's
or less.
not as optimal.
No,
like,
of course
it's
not.
Wait,
As good.
can you do it without delay or?
Yeah,
Oh.
but I don't know. Like I haven't really painted with it, so I need to try that properly. But I can connect. There's a feature on Macs called Sidecar that'll connect your it'll make your iPad a screen, and you can use the pen to like touch things.
Yeah.
So, but is it optimal? But I like
Maybe
that
soon.
Yes, but I think that when Apple does its stuff on its own devices, that's when the best results come
Yeah.
in. Like for years, like I started using the iPad back in 2012, and I was drawing in Procreate back then, with third-party pens. And then Apple, we're going to release a pen. And it's the best shit to comes in sliced bread. It's so
Sliced
good.
bread.
It's so good. And, it just, it pissed on the pen market.
Yeah.
It's just this is yours and this is me peeing on all your pens. It's such a fuck you to all the pens that came before, because they have both the software and hardware,
Oh.
They control both, and they just make the best. I'm hoping that Sidecar will eventually become the fuck you to Wacom's, which, at least for people that already have an iPad and don't
Yeah.
want to put another, 10,000, 20,000 on a drawing tablet.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
don't
thing,
need to have
yeah.
both.
Yeah, exactly. Having both is just such a waste of money, especially if you're already struggling to, get by.
Yeah.
It's good to have like whichever one you have. They're both awesome in their
Yeah.
own way, but you don't have to buy both.
No.
Nice.
But more, tell us
Yeah.
about. You have the magic brush.
Yeah.
That'll solve all your artistic problems.
But it's also like I think one thing that I really like and something that I've picked up along the way is how to go about like just painting. I had the biggest trouble when I was working just like figuring out how to tackle like a big piece, and somebody just told me like paint it in black and white.
Yeah.
And I love doing that now because I still do it.
That's why gradient maps.
Yeah, gradient maps, exactly. You paint the entire thing in black and white and then just go like wild with gradient maps. It's a lot of fun and it's very experimental. And
I've never tried a gradient map ever. So
Try
this
it.
is really
Dude, it's really
a drug
cool.
brand
in
new.
itself.
Because gradient map, basically what it does is like you paint your image from like brightest to darkest.
Yeah.
And then the gradient map is basically like what
The brightest color is one color and the darkest is one color,
Yeah.
and then just
and everything in between. Yeah, you just
Okay.
assign them a color.
Awesome.
So then when you do it, like it all, like the color gets applied to all those
Oh,
areas.
that's so cool.
and
And-
yeah,
like
Nice.
the thing that people can do, like some people are so organized where they split up their foreground, midground, and background.
Yeah.
They split it up into three different areas or layers, and
And the one
one
gradient
gradient
map
map for
on
each.
Oh,
each,
yeah.
So you
Uh,
don't,
but that sounds just like common sense to me,
yeah.
Yeah.
But it also sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, and I'm also the chaotic person where I paint it in one layer.
Yeah, but that's me as well.
Yeah,
Like,
nice.
I do everything in one layer.
Yeah.
And then I do one extra layer, and that's just white highlights.
Like I do the same where I go like one layer for just painting everything, and I create a new layer whenever I'm like, I'm gonna try something I'm not really sure about right now, and I just start scribbling on that. It's not like I'm gonna have one layer for each object. It's just this is me knowing I might fuck up layer 15.
Yeah.
Just painting on that, and then going gradient maps over it, and it's really calming because you know you can always change stuff in like hindsight, but it's also really slow. Like when I started doing it, I think I painted each piece took like 15-20 hours.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
And now when you get more efficient with it, you know that I'm still gonna have to paint over this even when I have added the gradient maps. So I'm not gonna put effort into it. Then you can put it down to like 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah.
Piece or whatever. So it's a process, but it's really fun, and I've loved it ever since I started with it. So that's a tool. Like gradient maps is really fun.
Just
and-
like Ilias.
Very fun.
He's very fun. but
Reusing my
But
old
also a
joke.
tool.
I think I did that one just like a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah, I know. I needed to pay you back.
Thank you so much, my friend.
That's what brothers are for.
I'm still amazed at how you managed to open your can without me noticing.
Yeah.
No, it was loud.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think I even did it.
Yeah,
in
you
front
even
I'll
of
hear it in
my-
the
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. No.
But another question I want to ask you that a lot of people struggle with: reference. How much do you use it in your work? Cocaine.
Yeah.
Manically. No,
Manically.
I don't use it as much as I wish I did.
You only smoke it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smoke reference.
Smoke cocaine.
Smoke
reference.
Smoke cane. No, but I use a program. I don't know if you guys use it, but PureRef, where you just. It's a program where it's basically like a reference board that you can have it always on top of every other software.
I think
Yeah, I know which one it is.
Anton has talked about it. to
Oh,
be honest.
cool.
Loser.
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 Adam said it first after you.
But it's really nice because you just like when you start out, you're like putting every image that you can find, just put it in there, and then you always have it on the go. You don't have to like flip through images. You're just scrolling out on this little like canvas almost. So I use it like with every piece, but then how much I actually look at it while I paint, because I'm the kind of person where I start painting at 10 and then I look at the clock and it's 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I realized I didn't paint for 7 hours in a row. So I kind of forget about reference, and that's a flaw, but I use it whenever I can.
Yeah, but I think your work, like, and your, like, how you've evolved over time, like, still based on something, you know, that is, like, you're not drawing shit out of, like, that isn't recognizable.
No.
So you do have, like, some references, and anyone who's played World of Warcraft can see that some of your structures and stuff have that sort of, like, essence of, you know, like, like, there are elements to your work that can be, like, if you're familiar with concept art in general as well, you can see that, like, I think we all have it in one way or another, you know, like, you can see some influences, whether they are intentional or not, where we're all sort of, like, taking from each other, you know, like, ooh, I love, like, for example, Arcane. Have you seen the show?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, the way they do the 2D textures on stuff.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of artists do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a common
I mean, that is
way.
the concept art.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's a it's a
it kind of
common-
hurts.
yeah.
It is
Yeah.
the
It hurts
concept
because
art.
I'm doing a project where I'm basically just trying to emulate the
Oh,
arcane
dude.
texturing.
Dude, you cannot go wrong.
No, you're already
Emulating that style
You've
because
won.
it is very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very cool style, and
It's all I want to do right now. It's
Yeah.
just like leave you guys here and just go watch Arcane, draw Arcane, breathe Arcane, listen to Arcane. Like
draw
like
Arcane.
and yeah.
It's not a drug,
draw
I
Arcane.
promise.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry. What was the question? What were we talking about?
Cocaine,
Arcane,
smoke,
Yeah, cocaine.
cocaine, arcane,
Smoke cocaine and
smoke
Yeah.
cocaine. Yeah, as you do.
The mix.
you can actually smoke cocaine.
No, but
just so you know. Don't
cool.
do that, kids.
You can.
No,
No,
Like,
but
if
we
you
were
get
talking about
cocaine,
secret
you should
tools.
definitely not smoke.
You
it.
talked about what was it called? The reference.
Yeah,
tool?
Pure F.
pure
F.
ref. Pure ref.
Yeah, and I really recommend it because like the person who's developing it, they're giving it out basically for free. But every person they feel really bad when they're going in, and it's like the perfect tool. They use it everywhere, so you almost feel bad. You want to pay them, like, but they're giving it out for free. So
Okay.
like if you want to have like references in one place, just go.
And if you're cheap,
get it.
get Pure ref.
I
but
was
that's
cheap.
really good.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's fine, dude. We all start somewhere. I stole Photoshop for the longest of time, so
Nice.
I have just barely paid for Photoshop. I think.
I barely paid for it. Did you pay for it? No.
No.
Just barely.
Barely.
I've always had a friend.
So you're like the guy with the bars, the Netflix, you know?
Anything else you want to
Yeah, to plug.
tip
Or
our
give-
tip our listeners?
Oh, do I? I have like one thing that I talked about like a little bit earlier, and that's a program that's called ZBrush. ZBrush. It's
Zebra.
that's a drug if I've ever heard one. It's basically like if you've done like 2D art and you want to like try to get it into 3D, it's really fun because basically you can use the same types of brushes that you do for Photoshop, and like sculpt with it. And I've used it a lot in my work where I'm like, I want to get an idea and I want it to look like solid. So I sculpt it out, and then I can do like painting over it, and that's really fun.
Yeah, because then you don't have to care about the polygon count and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
no, like, you go
it's
wild.
Just yeah.
Yeah, like polygon count and ZBrush, it's like you go however high you want.
But
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
really sculpting in clay, but in
Yeah, in a 3D
in a
space, yeah.
computer.
Yeah, exactly. And like you're using
Wow,
brushes and you're
you
just
sounded
adding.
like such a boomer. It's
Yeah.
like it's
In a
like a clay, but in a computer.
Where do you put the clay though?
The clay is in.
Just see Robert adding in like in the CD tray, he's adding in clay.
Come on,
Come on, guys! Is it here? You put the Sculpey here.
Sculpey here.
should I warm it up
Where's
first?
the Sculpey hole?
That could be me. Yes. Let's not make fun of me anymore.
No.
Adam. Yes.
Adam.
But yeah, it's really fun. Like I've used it a ton, and I started using it like a couple of months ago, and it's really like helpful, and it's really easy to get into.
Yeah.
I tried to get, for example, like my girlfriend, she never does like that type of art, and I was just like, sculpt a monster or whatever you want. And she just went wild for like an hour, and it was really fun seeing like a person used it for the first time, and it turned out pretty good. So I think everybody.
Is it that easy to use?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
you just like you use a brush and you just like.
I didn't
add-
know
add
ZBrush
stuff.
was that easy though. Like for like I'm just thinking.
No, but
someone
for a noob,
Yeah.
really, it's super intuitive. You just need to learn like this is where you add clay and this is where
Yeah,
you sculpt
but I
it.
thought-
And
is ZBrush free though?
No.
No, right?
No.
No.
There was one that was free.
Yeah,
what was that one
I
called?
think you still have one that is free. I don't know which features you're lacking because like the school pays for our
Yeah,
license,
yeah,
so
yeah.
like
Yeah, we
I've
only
only
had-
used that version. But
No, but there was another software. I don't remember what it's called. It's just for sculpting. Sculpting. It's called. No, I just dude, no. I can't like we've recommended it on this show early episodes. I just can't think of it. It's one of those like it's basically ZBrush but
So if you go
dumber.
back and you listen to
and
one
listen
of
to
these,
all the
Yes.
episodes.
episode 72.
which episode is this?
I have no idea.
1108.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there is a free software that is like it's
Pretty much.
pretty
the same.
good. Yeah, I don't know if it's as good as ZBrush because I've used none of them. I installed one of them though, the
think
free one, but I
yeah.
don't remember what it's called.
No.
Yeah, but you can like sculpt in Blender, and I've heard that it has
Yeah.
the same things. It's just like sculpting in general is a lot of fun for
Yeah,
a 2D
yeah.
person, because you can just go wild and like there's no really like, I fucked up like you can do with like
Yeah,
3D
yeah, yeah.
modeling. You just like,
Yeah.
I added too much clay. I can remove it or
Yeah.
just go Control C. So it's basically painting but in 3D, and I think that's
Sculptress.
Sculptress.
Sculptress is the
Don't
fucking app.
recognize.
Yeah.
I've
that's
heard the
Adam.
name.
Yeah, but
I've
that's
never
the
used
app.
it though.
Now that you just said sculpt so many times, it's just like yes.
Yes.
Sculptress. Yes.
yeah, but that is the one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, maybe it's still for free.
But now, before we move on from art stuff,
Yeah.
do you have any sort of tips for artists trying to get better at their thing,
Yeah.
or maybe transitioning to digital, or why they should?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't have. I have the very cliche tip, but I
Hard
think it's
round brush.
hard round brush. Do it.
Hard round brush.
No,
Hard.
It sounded like round one fight, but hard round one
hard round one.
brush. I mean, fuck yeah.
No, but I think a lot of people when they're like painting and learning, I think a lot of people are getting stuck on the fact that like they need to study all the time and just do studies over and over again, and they sort of like lose the interest in just painting. And I think whenever people do that they're sort of like slowing down their progress because they're not really motivated to go and
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah.
So I think finding a way to like combine studying with just painting what you want to do is a really good way of going about it, because you can just like pick a topic. You're like, I want to focus on lighting, and then you do a fun piece that you want to like that you're actually inspired to do, and you
Yeah, so you
focus on lighting.
implement lighting into that piece.
Yeah, exactly. You just focus on
Yeah.
it, on something that you think is fun, and you can study it while you're actually painting something that at the end of the day you're gonna think is like really fun for you.
Yeah. I think that is the best tip ever given.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be
just a
honest.
tip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just-
no, it's just because like
That's all you need.
yeah, it can only be so much fun to paint like a cube for the 100th time.
Yeah.
And at some point you're gonna have to paint something that you actually
Yeah.
like doing, and I think
Maybe next time you draw Spider-Man on that cube.
yeah,
Yeah. No, but I
the
think
Spider-Man cube.
The spider cube.
But we've also talked about just like,
Body
you know, what was it? Just do like, if you, but just like doing, when you do still life studies and stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know, what the fuck are they
Still
called?
life.
Still life, yeah. And just like implementing stuff you enjoy in it.
Yeah.
Like, so don't get stuck in just, like if you're going to draw like that bowl of fruit, just do something with it. Like add little
Add the spider
characters,
cube.
add the fucking spider cube, add the seagulls. The
Oh, the
Steven Seagulls, the man with the wand,
I
you
still
know,
can't
like
do a seagull voice. I've been trying this whole episode.
this is how they sound. This is my happy face.
Yeah.
Steven Seagulls.
Mine.
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 Yeah. But yeah, I think that was a really good tip.
Fantastic.
So we're going to leave it at that because I think anything we say now will only get weird and inappropriate.
So you
and
only
will
get,
ruin
you only
your
get
tip.
the tip from Adam.
You only get the tip.
Just the tip.
Oh my God, another t-shirt. Only t-shirt. No, get the t-shirt. The tip with Adam.
Oh yeah. Just the tip.
Just the tip with Adam.
Oh man.
It's like Art Attack, the old show, but with just a tip. And moving on.
Yeah.
Again.
So, just for anybody that's not a native English speaker, just the tip is actually called a bell end in English. So, ollon.
Oi, mate. No. No.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
That went too far.
But yeah, bell end.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bell end.
Bell
Enjoy
end.
that
Just
while
the
we
tip.
move on.
We're moving on again?
So, welcome back to the retro with me, Ilyas.
Me, Robert.
And me, Adam.
Whoa.
I want to do mine again. Me, Robert.
The Smeagol voice.
Me, Robert.
Just like idiots.
My Ilyas. Retro.
Okay, so I actually did watch Dumb and Dumber, and fuck, it still holds up.
Right?
The only things that don't hold up is basically when they're doing shit jokes, in the toilet. That's not as much fun.
But it is.
No, it isn't. Like,
But it's like for anybody else that doesn't get all the other jokes.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but sure, it does have jokes for
It's just
everyone.
like, just
yeah.
for
But
those.
dude, in the beginning with the limo thing, when he drives up,
It's okay.
no,
I'm a limo driver.
No, not that part. But just when he just like pretends like he pulls down the window.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
he's like, "That's a lovely accent you have. Where are you from?" And
Austria.
he's like, "Austria." And he's like, "Good day, mate. Put your shrimp on the barbie." Oh my
Let's
god.
not.
Yeah, but dude,
it's
I
perfect.
cried. Like I laughed so.
Yeah.
I totally forgot
And
that joke.
I just saw this a couple of weeks ago
Austria.
myself, and it is.
Man,
it's
that is-
amazing.
It's such a good joke. Like,
I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but it's not offensive to anybody still, like relevant.
that is an
today.
Australian, exactly, or Austrian.
Yeah, but it's like not offensive in any other way that. Like nobody has brought it up in any Me Too or any Black Lives Matter thing or any it still stands on its own as one of the perfect comedies that's just a good comedy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
But,
I'm trying
of
to
course,
skim
I
the-
mean,
yeah,
it's
I'm just
like-
Skimming through the movie.
yeah, I'm
trying
going
to
through the
find
movie. I'm
movement.
like, is that true?
I mean,
don't
you're
know.
still making
Yeah.
fun of people that aren't super smart, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
No, yeah.
Did you see? Was it the one with the Hispanic people as well? The one that you saw
The what? I don't.
when they pick up the hitchhikers.
Oh
and
shit! I
like,
don't remember. I think I
Mark,
might have.
See me.
Oh, and they do the most
Yeah.
annoying sound in the world.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's the yeah.
no. They're doing no.
No, I don't
That's
remember.
the
Like-
uncut version. They pick up some like.
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't
think-
remember that.
I think
yeah.
like Mexican.
because we saw it at the cinema. Like
Yeah,
that's where we saw it.
yeah.
Back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day.
But seriously, it is
no,
to
it's
this
a
day
really good
one
movie.
of
yeah.
the one of my all-time favorite comedies. Like I've never laughed as hard as
And I think the
I
movie.
have to that movie.
That movie gives you, like, at the end, it gives you, like, the mentality you should have as an artist.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
There's a
Yes, yes. Like 1 in a million.
One in
Yeah.
a million.
yeah.
So like one in 10.
1 in
Like,
10.
More like 1 in a million.
And I love his face when he gets the news.
So
Yeah.
you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah. But that's the mentality you should have in this industry, dude. That, like, just...
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's that
There's
one
that one chance. Yeah.
for sure.
But just to sort of like take this to Adam,
Yeah.
dude, what inspired you to do what you do today? Like, is it comics, movies, games?
Oh.
I think you've already given
Yeah,
this
yeah,
away a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what would you say is your strongest sort of
Like the go-to.
Yeah, the 1-2 things that
Oh.
really, really sort of kicked you in this direction.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm younger than like, well, at least like you two and
Yeah, because we're old. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up, man.
And most Chinese people.
yeah.
What?
I'm not sure.
Just
No.
like, what was that joke?
Yeah. There
I'm
is a
not
joke
sure.
there, and somebody got it.
Yeah.
And somebody got offended.
But
And also that. And I am sorry. I am so
I'm
sorry.
sorry. So
It's
sorry.
not sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's
But
another joke.
I think when I was a kid, it was like I started with video games really young.
Yeah.
So like all the early Blizzard games, they were like the big one. But there were more than that. I think like a lot of people in my age, they loved like Avatar. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
there's
Last
that
Airbender.
generation.
yeah, that
okay.
generation.
How old were you when Avatar came out?
Oh, I watched first episode when I was like 5, I think.
Holy shit.
God damn.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was back on the escalator.
I looked
Yeah.
like Ilias when I was that old. Like no, that didn't make
What?
sense.
Yeah, but
Cool
imagine
joke.
like
Yeah, the joke was there. It was
the
gone.
joke was there.
It's like just like your Asian joke. Very good.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
appreciate that.
At least I'm cutting this episode. There's always that.
But like the show was so pure and it was so exciting when I was
Yeah.
when I was young that I was like, oh, this is art.
Fuck, I can't even imagine watching that show when I was that young.
No.
Imagine how that would have influenced us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just all the
Exactly.
shit that's out now.
Because, I mean, we saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
That was our first.
Yeah,
And that made us want to be turtles.
yeah.
yeah.
and then-
I wanted to be.
You
like
wanted to be
them.
Aang.
Hello,
Yeah, exactly.
da-ba-dee-da-ba-da. No, just-
Some poor guy wanted to be Sokka. The,
Yeah.
the guy with the boomerang.
Of course.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah.
Oh, man.
There's
but-
always a Sokka.
Yeah, there's always a Sokka.
Sucker. No, that show is
I heard
really
it,
good.
yeah.
But that show
It's
was
amazing.
such a big inspiration. Like
Fuck,
even
I really want to rewatch it now.
yeah,
Sorry.
do it. Like I've done it multiple times, and I
Yeah.
think
Oh, so have I.
Yes.
But just like it's been a while.
No, I
Yeah.
just saw Korra recently.
Oh,
That is
Yeah.
my favorite one.
I wanna
yeah,
be-
no, Korra
yeah.
is really good.
No, but
I
they're
know-
both good. They're
Yeah.
both good.
But very kind of different shows in a way as well.
Oh yeah,
like
but
even if
one
they
is
are the
catered.
same.
Yeah, but one is catered towards younger audiences,
Yeah.
and then Korra kind of just like I think it
kept on
growing with
with
its
the
audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
and touching upon topics that without shoving it in your face type.
Yeah,
Like it was like
exactly.
we're gonna do this story, and then we're gonna have these topics, that we feel are important.
Yeah.
and I think they do it great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like over the top
No.
with Korra. I think they took like all the stuff that people liked from Aang. Then maybe like some people think they lost a little bit of it.
Oh man,
But you can't. You can't keep
take,
that.
yeah, you can't keep everything.
No.
we gotta throw us in bad seats.
But yeah, I think they did a good job. Especially like I was a big fan of Aang, and then just seeing Korra, I was like, yeah, it's the same magic, but now I'm 10 years older.
Yeah.
So I think it managed to cater to everybody at the same time. But yeah, that was a big inspiration. Like without a doubt, I really like that, and I think when I was young, I did a lot of like drawings and just like sketching from that show because I thought it was so much fun.
Cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
And apart from Aang, what else?
Ooh, you're putting me on the spot.
Yes.
Yes.
But video games. Go video games. 'cause
Yeah,
I know
go
you
video
have
games.
a lot
Or
of
comics, or books,
Yeah, sure.
or
drugs.
anything,
Or drugs.
or drugs. Yeah. Spooky. That was today's word, kids.
Yeah, no. When I was a kid, I also like cartoons were probably my biggest one. I didn't watch like Barnkanalen or a lot of that.
What's the cool stuff?
Yeah,
No, it didn't.
no,
There was nothing.
yeah.
Nothing.
We had like Vintergatan, that stuff.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck is
I
that?
was like, what?
What?
I see a snowy street.
Yeah,
my
it's not Snowy Street.
Wow.
You should look into what it is. It's actually like not a snowy street.
So it's drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Snorty Street.
But the thing about it was I looked a lot into like Ducktales. I
Yeah.
loved that when I was a kid.
Shit, DuckTales, like the remake?
No.
The original?
original
Like
DuckTales.
90s?
Yeah.
They're both out on Disney now, I think.
Yeah,
So
like the new one I've heard is good.
It
but
is.
the
Yeah, yeah,
original.
I haven't checked
great.
it.
Yeah.
It's great.
I've seen like one episode, I think.
I could like Nick Shine gave us the tip to watch it, and I think he put it the best way. Like he started watching it with his kids, and then when they went to bed, he just couldn't stop watching it. And I was like, I just need to try it out. It's in this newer type of animation style, which is kind of hard to swallow, I guess, in the beginning. But the stories and the characters, everything is fantastic, and it's voiced. One of the voices is, what's his name? Like the brother of Money Please from.
What is that?
The guy that's always doing the deals with from God,
Just
I'm losing it.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, my brain is just searching for answers.
First, like from the show, Parks and Rec, the brother of the girl that's like, money,
shit!
please.
Yeah. Fuck boy.
Fuck boy. Yeah, that guy.
Oh shit.
That guy. Like one of the Ducktales.
Yeah, what the hell?
is-
Yeah. Okay.
is voiced
Is
by
Fuck
him.
Boy.
Yes,
No,
exactly.
but he's also in that Steve Carell show, the space one.
Yeah.
He's the social media guy.
Exactly.
Oh.
Just to put everything in perspective,
Yeah.
like, and it is that guy.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's one of the
One of the
ducks.
three.
Damn.
Shit, what
Yeah.
are they called?
Huey, Gooey, and Dewey, or
Bowie,
Booey,
and
Stewie,
Stewie. Yeah, just like
Muy.
muy, muy malo.
Oh, no.
Muy malo.
No, not again.
That's our memory. Muy
There we
malo.
go. Yes,
Muy malo.
yes. Ducktales, yes.
Yeah, DuckTales was
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. No, but like Disney was really big.
the best.
But I was also like when it comes to games, I was big into like the RPG, like really fantasy genre. And I think one of the franchises when I was a kid that I really got into was Fable.
Oh,
Uh,
loved Fable.
Yeah, Fable was.
Which one of them?
I never
I've
played
only
it.
played the first.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people are like, oh, the first and the second, they're great.
I've
I
always heard the
started-
second was the better one.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
a lot
Like,
of people
it's
are
been-
second is the best.
Yeah.
From what I like understood. But for me, I started pretty young into it, and I got into the third one, and it was so nice. So I just there it is.
Try to sneak it.
I was trying to like
Trying to do it.
wait for.
But it was like the best experience, like actually just going on like my own fantasy adventure, and
Yeah.
I think that just forged
And it's
it
such a
into-
great style as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I like about Fable.
Yeah, it's just also like the
Fable.
vibe of it.
Fable. Fable.
It's really
Fable.
like I was just like I just like lost my breath or something. I was just like Fable. Yeah, but I do agree with you. Like I completed the first one and just wanted more.
Yeah.
And then the second one came, and I think
It
I
was
played
only for
a-
the Xbox, right?
Yeah, Xbox was.
That was the problem. I think the second one came to the 360, or was it the first gen? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
second and third came to 360.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's why I couldn't play it. But I did try it at a friend's house,
Yeah.
and they just, like they have this like. I can't explain it, but they have this. There's a cozy feeling to this
Yeah.
game that doesn't exist in any other game. You know what I mean? It's like this, like someone telling you a fairy tale, and you're like enthralled.
Yeah.
You don't have that in any other game. Like The Witcher doesn't have it because it's very dark, and
Yeah, it's
like I
pretty-
love it.
Yeah.
But
It's too grown up.
yeah,
I guess.
and Fable has like that middle ground thing covered where they're telling you this, like it feels like a magical story being told as you play, which is so cool.
How old do you get in the game? Do you get like fully grown?
You could get like pretty like because you in
It's
the first one you were
almost-
younger.
Yeah, and I know in the third one you're pretty old.
You're pretty
Like,
old, yeah.
Yeah, like you're not like 30 years old, like
But
like fully grown that
but
way.
still grown
yeah,
up.
but
Yeah.
still grown up. You're
Okay.
not you're
And-
not a full
And you
full-on
could still
kid.
choose like good and evil,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
that
yeah.
was the whole thing. You could go either
that's
way.
what I
yeah.
loved about the whole concept of the game, because I only played it in like stores
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
like only tried it out.
But it
But
was-
just the fact that you could actually choose was such a game changer.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think like when you're playing your first RPG and you're getting into the genre, you're pretty much sold on everything.
yeah.
And I know they had like one thing where you could go to a blacksmith and you had to do like increased timing. You had to like hit your hammer in the exact right time.
Yeah.
And I was standing there for hours just being like, maybe, what was I, like 9?
Yeah.
Just being like, I gotta get it. I was making money beyond belief.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that this was going to transfer to real life. I'm like, I'm rich. and then just going out and being like, oh, I'm poor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, real life.
Real life. Yeah. I worked 8 hours a day for weeks. All I have is a crooked sword to show for it.
Sword art
But I'm
online.
really good in Fable.
Yeah.
Exactly. That does not translate to real life.
That's all. So was that before World of Warcraft?
No,
World of Warcraft, I started when I was 7.
Oh, okay.
I started playing it when I was...
How the fuck did you manage that?
Yeah.
Was
Oh,
it a
it was
Swedish
really-
version?
Yeah, wait,
Was there a Swedish sort of?
No.
You just figured it out.
I forced my parents to translate quests for me.
Nice.
Are they still tied up?
That's how I do it with my son.
No, like imagine a 7-year-old me, and like every
Yeah.
quest has text to it, and they didn't say where you were supposed to go on a map or anything. You just had to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, translate this one, and they did it.
Wow.
But they were
Very
like
good.
not into
Like
games
gaming,
at all.
yeah.
Yeah. So they were like, I think there's like a windmill to the west, and
Yeah.
there's a goblin named Drisseldorf,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I don't know, man.
No. I do get it though. I do the same
That's
with my
awesome.
son because he plays a lot of Fortnite,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I just like, okay, the quest that you need to look out for is kill people with SMGs, collect wood, and jump off alien platforms. He's like, okay, cool. I know what this is.
I got it.
Yeah, and he just does the missions,
Yeah. I can imagine it's a different experience with like Fortnite, where it's like, oh, you gotta kill that guy.
Yeah, but Fortnite is actually, like, respect to Fortnite. They've really built this. Like, I am the only parent that can talk Fortnite because I've played a lot of Fortnite up to this point now.
Yeah.
And, when the kids talk Fortnite, I'm like, I know what this is. I know how to play it. I can't play it as well as they do,
Yeah.
but
Boomer. No.
no, the other dads are boomers. Like, I even like, I don't know if that's not what that is, or like that's not how what happened in Fortnite, because they don't understand half of the shit they're looking at. So I am cool for now until
cool
they.
dad.
Yeah, I'm the cool dad, but it's a lot of fun to see him sort of figure out. And my son is like, he's so good at it.
But I
Like-
remember when he wasn't good at it.
Dude, that's when we started. He was so shit.
Yeah.
Like, he could barely hold the controller.
Because you said that
Yeah,
right here.
right here. Yeah. No, he's like,
My son is shit at Fortnite.
Yes.
yeah. And now
Literally,
he's
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
you said.
No, but he
And then
was.
now it
and
is
now he's
the
like
total
so
opposite.
good.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that we've actually recorded the progress of that.
Yeah. It's only been like 2 years, but he has grown so much, and he's so good at it. I don't think we've even played for 2 years, but it's less. But it's like, it's so amazing to see kids evolve. And, as long as he sort of does everything else, I don't care how long he plays for, because he's an active kid.
How
so I'm
often
just
does
like,
he play? Is it every day?
No, sometimes it's not. Like, sometimes he's like, I don't want to do this. Or he plays for like 10 minutes. He's like,
So it's not like us when we were like obsessing
no,
over
he
this
does that too. He does that too in sort of chunks.
increment.
Yeah. So every now and that's why we don't have screen time at home. I just like, as long as you do all your other shit, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Because that's how I was brought up.
Yeah.
And
I
am thinking that it kind
it's
of
the
gives
better
you,
way of doing it, I guess.
It's my way of doing it. I don't care. I feel like restrictions without purpose, like what screen time is just a made up thing, that people implement on their kids for zero reason. Like, oh, they do it too much. Like, do they do all the other stuff that they're supposed to? Like, yeah, then who cares?
Then what is too much
Yeah, exactly. So
like-
if they do their
So what are
homework,
they
if
gonna
they
do
do the
in the
No.
the rest of the time?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. I think it's a creative problem solving thing, while you get shot at, you know. And but the cool thing is, like, imagine this, like they're getting, like, because kids can get really mad, like we can get really mad and frustrated at games that are fucking with us, you know.
Yeah.
And they learn, and they learn to kind of handle those emotions. And he's like, they keep killing me. I was like, get better. Like, that's all you can do. All you can do is get a little better so that you can get them back.
That's really it.
Yeah, and I told them, like, they were playing Street Fighter the other day. And he's like, she keeps spamming the button. I'm like, figure out what can stop it. I've taught you that the quick punch can cancel everything. Learn to use it, you know, or block, or, you know, kick her in the nads, like whatever, which sounds terrible when you say it out of context, but
especially when she's got nads.
She's got nads, yeah.
But today she does.
Yeah. So it is just like giving them, you know, like tools to handle all these different things. I think like video games is such a great
It's problem
tool.
solving. It's learning how to think of your feet. It's being creative. It's so many things that comes with playing video games and doing
and
all
the
this
stress
stuff.
that comes with. He was playing this like solo. It's called solo. So you're all just like 100 people land on a map. And everyone just slowly kills off everyone, and then eventually, you know, it's just you and another person there.
Oh,
like
shit.
if you survived for that long, and he's like, "Dad, I'm really nervous now." So, and also the map shrinks as there's a storm. So if you go, like, the storm will kill you. So you have to stick in the circle, and it just gets smaller and smaller until there's no space. There's you and the guy.
Oh my god!
And it's such a
I'm
small
already
space,
stressed,
dude. And and you know, like that stress, like, and then you have to perform and do all the things, and just getting to that point is pretty cool.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So it's just like seeing him handle that situation, you know, and then learn from it, and then the next time I was just like, whatever you learned, you know, you just apply that to this situation again. You know that you get killed when you do that. Don't do that again. Like, try to find another way of doing to kind of trick them and get them.
That's awesome.
So it's really, really fun, and I think it's a great tool to just have kids evolve. You know.
Yeah.
And
I mean, why slow progression of the evolution?
Dude, that's going to be their future.
Exactly.
You know, it's going to be fucking
It's gonna
computers
be getting
and
dropped into a one people.
Yeah, 100 people deathmatch.
Don't you want to know how to survive that?
So, just to wrap this up, what have you guys been watching lately? Because I've seen nothing, because I've been working a lot.
I've kept on watching Hawkeye.
I want to see Hawkeye. I just no.
So it's only one episode later, so it's 3 episodes for me, and it's still great. I really, really enjoy it. I think it holds, like, the Marvel standard of TV show.
A TV show, yeah.
Really love it. Watched, what's it called?
Mayor Before Elm Street. No, just kidding. Just mixing things up.
The Jake Gyllenhaal movie, Night Watch?
Oh, Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Just watched that the other day again. But holy fuck, is Jake Gyllenhaal like the best actor
He's
ever?
so good.
God damn, he's so creepy
Have
in
you seen
that
it?
role.
No, I haven't seen it.
You
Like-
should definitely, because Jake Gyllenhaal is like the most lovable actor ever. Like, if you watch
Not
him
here.
as Mysterio
Not in that one.
in the Spider-Man
Yeah.
movie, or
Mysterio.
in even what's the name? The video game adaptation of
Spider-Man. Just kidding.
no.
You just said it.
Oh, what's it called? It's not Aladdin, but it's kind of Aladdin, but a video
Prince
game.
of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
Oh.
That's Jake
Have
Gyllenhaal.
not seen.
Wait, is he in that one?
Yeah,
Yeah, he is
he
the
is
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, like even that, he still sells it, you know? And then you watch Nightcrawler, and you're like, who the
Dude.
fuck is this guy?
Yeah, actually, the first scene you get to see him, so creepy. The next time you get to see him, totally different guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird.
Yeah,
Oh, man, but it's so good, yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
And it's on Netflix. Definitely check it out. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of old now, I guess. Oldish. But yeah, if you haven't seen...
2-3 years, I think. Like 2 years. Who knows?
17 maybe.
Oh my god, that's how it is now. It's like it's a few years old, like 10 or 15, 20 years old. Like,
But yeah, if you haven't seen Nightcrawler, watch that. And if you want to see something else, watch The
Something else.
Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal also on Netflix. Really, really great.
Yeah.
And then I watched The Babadook.
no, the Babadook.
The Babadook.
Yeah. The Duke of the Babas.
Duke,
Yeah.
Duke.
The Duke of the Babas.
Yes. I've wanted to watch this
don't
horror
even know.
movie forever. I wouldn't call it a horror movie, to
You
be
would
honest.
call it a Baba of the
It's
Dukes.
more of a very dark drama. Have any
Dude, I haven't even-
either of you seen it?
I've
No?
never heard about this
The
movie.
Babadook.
The Babadook.
The
or
Babadook.
Is he friends with Marmaduke? I don't know what this
No,
is.
I don't think so. No.
Is Owen
It's,
Wilson there?
No, it's an Australian-made horror movie.
Oi.
But it's about a single mother that's like the father got killed driving her to the hospital to give birth to their
Who's
son,
the Babadook?
and that kind of gives birth to the Babadook.
The Babadook.
It's very psychological type of horror movie, and
It
it's
removes all the horror aspects that it's
yes.
called the
Name it,
Babadook.
the
yeah.
Babadook. But it's creepy as fuck. It really stressed me out. And if you haven't seen it, I think it's a movie you should
Okay.
watch. It's really well made. It's just pretty much a mother and her son in a house
In a house, yeah.
with this Babadook. It's sort of like it's the Australian version of the Boogeyman.
Dude,
I
all
guess.
I'm hearing is like ba 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 Badook.
Babadook.
The soundtrack.
Yeah. No, I really wish it was this fun,
Yeah.
but it's really well made. I can't.
Okay.
It's hard to talk about without showing images of the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. But let's say like, what would you give it? Like a rating?
Rating okay, horror movie rating. It's not a horror movie. It's more like I said, a dark drama.
Okay, yeah.
But like a 3 out of 5, I would say.
3 out of
Like
5
a
is
solid
actually-
3
yeah.
for sure. The acting is spectacular, and the story is just a normal type of horror movie type
Okay, yeah.
story, so it's nothing special, but it's different from what you've seen before.
Okay.
And I saw this on Viaplay, so.
So if you're writing horror, this is
This is, if you haven't seen it, I think it is definitely something you
Okay.
should watch. It kind of reminds me of Hereditary, if you've seen that. It's in the same type of way, just psychologically, like it
makes
goes,
you feel things. Yeah,
goes into your body and like haunts you instead of being like scary.
scary in your face.
Yeah, because again, the Babadook, it's got a silly name. The character itself,
Babadook.
the character itself also looks funny,
Okay.
but it is very horrifying when you kind of see it. Like, I'm not gonna give it away.
The thing is, I'm curious now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mostly because I laugh at the name, so
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's probably
But don't
the
get
opposite.
don't get fooled by like the horror aspect. It's not
Okay.
a horror movie.
It's more
like
a Babadook.
really, because
rather-
I went in to see a horror movie and I was like, this is not a horror movie.
Okay.
Like, this is a hard drama, really, really dark drama. So like it's heavy in that sense, but it's still a really good movie. But apart from that, that's pretty much everything I've seen.
3 out of 5
3 out of
Babadooks.
5.
I can
Yeah.
just imagine how Ilias is gonna go in watching it now,
Oh,
and he's
he's
gonna
not
be
gonna
like,
watch
"Oh,
it.
it's gonna be a hard drama,"
Ba,
and
ba,
he's gonna imagine the Babadook. He's gonna scream.
just like
If anything, it's gonna give you good inspiration for those flip-up books. When you open them, they like
yeah, pop up.
pop-up books. Because that is the Babadook is from a pop-up.
Flip up, flip close. That kind of movie.
It's a
Yeah, a
Babadook.
Jackie Chan book. Yeah.
Flip up, flip close. Thank you, Chris Tucker.
Or
Wow.
Yeah.
or is that Jackie?
No,
Jet
that's
Li?
how. Yeah,
Jet Li?
no,
Flip up, flip.
shit, flip up, flip close. Yeah, isn't that?
That's
No,
Jackie
I
Chan.
think it's Chris Tucker that tells Jackie Chan how
Yeah.
to do the flip.
Yeah,
and
yeah. When he
the
goes
police
into the
badge, yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Rush Hour 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweet.
Or
But-
maybe 1.
Adam, what
Yeah.
have you seen?
Oh, I think like everybody else, I watched Arcane, like everybody did a couple of weeks ago.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
So
can't
now
talk,
we've got,
we can't.
Yeah.
I think 5 episodes in a row where we have Arcane as
Arcane!
in the retro.
But
Which is
that good.
fantastic.
But-
but that's how fucking good it is.
Yes.
Everybody, like seriously, if you've listened to all of these episodes and you still haven't seen Arcane, Jesus Christ.
This is how it ends. No, just kidding. How it ends.
spoilers are over.
Yeah, exactly.
But after I watched that one, I got really inspired. Like I watched a lot of like animated series, not like manga or whatever that much, but Dota has their own animated series.
Robert watched that.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
was it called
Dragon's Blood.
Dragon's
And I
Blood.
watched
Loved
that a
it.
while ago, and then I was like, oh, I need to watch it again because it's another MOBA that's done an animated series. Both
Yeah.
of them succeeded,
Yeah,
and I thought it was so good.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also again, like
did
they
not
keep it
watch
really dark and
Yeah.
bloody and like
That's
it's
not like when I've seen Dota and I had my friend was like, I have keys, you know. Do you want one? I was like,
It's a
no.
loot simulator. Yeah, but it's like League. It's not like it's the backstory, but
Yeah.
you don't see that much in the game.
Yeah,
And
but that-
and
I think
again,
that's
I
nice.
I know nothing about Dota.
Yeah, me neither.
As like I've never played it, I've never seen anything about it. Just went into this show as a noob, and I loved it. I
Yeah.
thought it was really cool
yeah, it was like a cool take on like the entire franchise, and I thought
and
that was
very
nice.
kind of Castlevania.
Is
it- It's
Yeah.
the same style, but I
Yeah.
think it's a
Yeah.
different studio.
Is
I
it?
think they're called Studio Mirror.
Okay.
This time. It's not like Powerhouse that's been doing like everything else.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then-
exactly.
But
Man,
is
they're
it
crazy.
because I tried watching that Witcher show
Yeah.
and I just like I tried and I fell asleep a bit. Like I don't
Witcher
know.
movie.
Movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, movie. I think I saw like 20, 25 minutes and then I fell asleep and I just didn't feel like picking it up.
I thought that was okay, but I would say this show is a lot better than that movie.
The Dota one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dota trumps Witcher in
Okay.
that sense.
Does it trump Castlevania? Because I'm not a big fan of
I
Castlevania.
prefer the Dota one, to be honest.
I think I'm a little bit split on it because at the end of the day, you go in there and you want to see like really cool action scenes
Yeah.
and some nice plot to it.
Mm.
And in that way, like Castlevania delivers because it's like a little bit nostalgic.
Yeah.
And then you also have like Dota, which is it's just very cool.
Yeah.
So,
But
they're
I think
equal.
for me, Dota wins because it's just the one season.
Yeah.
And then Castlevania is now like 1,500 seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. What are we?
Four.
Four, I think. Four.
And 4 and they ended.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the final one.
So it's just
Is the
easier.
fourth the final one?
Yeah,
Is it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I
it's-
fucking miss the ending? Okay, I'll watch the
Yeah, watch the
Yeah,
ending.
okay, I'm
It's
gonna
good.
watch it.
It's
I
still good.
totally-
Like,
Yeah.
it's really badass. But I don't know why,
There's
but
something
for some...
for me.
Like,
Yeah.
I prefer the Dota one. Like it just appealed a little bit more to me. But yeah, the Witcher movie, no, I mean it's still good and it ties into the whole Witcher, all of that lore. So
But
it's cool in that way. But it's kind of, well, no, I'm not gonna spoil it.
No. The problem for The Witcher for me, like, I think for anyone that's played it a lot, you get like everyone. I think everyone gets sort of their version, like their experience, And I just didn't feel like I felt anything watching that cartoon show. Like it didn't feel like The Witcher to me at all.
No,
Like there was nothing recognizable, not even Vesemir.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Vesemir
Like-
in the game,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like very old and
Yeah,
like just
exactly.
wise, and in that one he's like stubborn as hell. And
Yeah. And that could definitely be a thing that comes with age, but I just didn't feel Vesemir. You know what I mean? Like it
that
just
was
didn't
because
feel.
I didn't recognize him at all, and it took me.
Yeah, it would have been cool
until
to-
the end of the show to realize who the fuck the show was about.
Yeah. When
I
you're like
didn't even-
Vesemir, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it just like just flew over my head.
Yeah,
totally. I missed it. And I was like,
Yeah.
who the fuck? Who is this dude?
Who's this man?
But yeah, so maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it as much as well, because it kind of like
Yeah.
slipped by me that it was about
But
his backstory.
did
But
you guys see the Spider-Man Into the
Holy
Spider-Verse
shit.
trailer? Or the teaser, actually.
Yeah, teaser.
Yeah,
We saw nothing.
I wouldn't really like. It's it's a teaser, but it's a long teaser.
It's a long teaser,
Yeah.
but they don't show you a lot of in movie scenes. You know what I mean? They show
But
you
they
some
show
of those.
you a lot.
Yeah,
They still do.
They do. They show you Spider-Man 2077 or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it's called, and
And
they
Gwen and
and
Miles.
Miles. But
With new
everything
haircuts.
with the backgrounds, though, it's very sketchy. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
yeah.
they don't tell you exactly what happens.
I know,
They kept it very sort of.
but fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for this movie.
I love it when because I didn't see that it dropped instantly, and then I just went into like social media,
Yeah.
and
It was
people were
everywhere.
like, oh, animation industry going wild.
Yeah,
like
yeah, dude.
everybody's flipping out about it. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
really fun.
Really, really cool.
But that's how much of an impact the fucking like Spider-Verse has made.
And did you guys see how much older he looked in
I
this one?
rewatched Spider-Verse,
Right?
by the
Yeah.
way. Like speaking of it.
Oh,
I-
the movie that we've mentioned like slightly
Yeah.
more than Arcane.
Yeah. No, it's just
cool.
because I did a Spider-Verse
Yeah.
tattoo. So I drew the tattoo while watching Spider-Verse. Just
While listening
Yeah.
to the song.
I did that while tattooing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had the Spider-Verse album
Soundtrack. Dude,
on
I've
while
listened
I
to that
tattooed.
soundtrack so many times.
But yeah, no, I had to rewatch it, and again, like it just keeps getting better.
yeah.
The movie keeps getting better, and like if you haven't seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse yet,
Then pause your life. Watch that. Watch Arcane.
I'm not even gonna go
What
there.
are you even? How are you even listening to this show?
I'm looking forward to next week where it's gonna be another person just going Arcane.
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 Yeah, actually, we made Caught In, Bakadish, listen or watch Arcane. I don't know if she watched the whole thing, but she did actually send me a screenshot of her watching it.
Fantastic.
So-
So if she finished it, she's welcome to the show. Yeah.
That's our answer.
And that's how we know if she listens, if she comments on this
Oh,
specific
true.
thing.
Yes.
That's how we get them.
Yes.
Because
Like-
I was super disappointed when we were like, Mimosa, third fucking place. Third! Maybe it was fourth even. I don't even remember anymore.
Not
I'm
worth
so
it.
fucking heartbroken.
Yeah. We're not gonna shout you anymore.
Yeah.
That's done.
You're
with.
going to be called
You're gonna be the third,
Osa.
the third third shout.
Yeah, you're going to be
Yeah.
the third shout out.
Which is just the like all three of our listeners. You're gonna be moved down to number 3. Yeah.
Welcome up, Thomas.
Okay, so nobody else watch anything?
Also, Tiffany, she listened to like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Or 12,000 minutes, I mean. 12 hours. That's
From
nothing.
like 12 hours.
That's nothing yet.
6 episodes.
But 12,000 minutes of our show.
That's insane.
That is
That's
a lot.
crazy.
That's
I thought-
more than I've listened to this show.
I thought
Wait.
6,000 was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tiff.
Wait, can you get up to how many hours was
Who
it?
knows? We've done 100
12,000.
minutes.
Do you even
not
have that
hours.
many episodes?
We have
Minutes.
100. Yeah, that was in minutes.
yeah,
so-
minutes.
But we have I was going to say 1,000. 170.
3,
Yeah,
4.
73.
74
When-
with
when
this. No,
Yeah, this is 4, right?
Shit, no. Yeah, because we released 71 today.
Was it 1?
Yeah, it was
No.
1. We have 2 in the back burner that we recorded because we recorded 2, and this
And
is
then
3. Yeah.
I think this is 4.
Then I might have.
I
written-
don't know.
I think I'm
I
on that
don't know.
guy's side.
Yeah, I don't know. But we have episodes, and
Yes.
they are initially somewhere between 1.5 to hours long.
Yeah.
More hours long. No,
Very mucho.
because in the beginning we did like 3-hour episodes, and
Yeah.
then Corona hit, and they got halved because we didn't do shit
Yeah.
except work a lot more than before. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this is 73. This is gonna be.
Yes,
This is gonna
I was
be
good.
73.
Oh shit.
it's good that we didn't say an episode number in
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah. No, I think because in my head I'm like always one number ahead.
Yeah, Robert, you got to flip up, flip close, man.
Yeah, flip up,
Flip up, flip close.
flip up, flip flop.
Flip, flop, flop, flip, flop. Okay, brain is just confused. Like
Yeah.
flip, flop, flip, flops.
Flip, flip.
But
Yeah.
I remember a thing when like we had the meetup.
Yeah.
And I know that I talked Blade with you guys.
Oh,
Yes, you did.
And
yeah.
you want to know the funniest thing? You guys did a reference to Blade, and you like you
No, we
mentioned-
did a whole episode.
Yeah, you
because
did
of
an
you.
episode. but-
Asshole.
Asshole.
Blade. Hey, it's still one of my.
You want
like,
to know the best part was that I took
Didn't
a break
listen
from just
to it.
everything, and like 3 months after, I listened through like a
you got
bunch
to-
of episodes,
yeah.
and I listened to it, and I was like, "Fuck it, I can't say it to them now. I just
That-
gotta pretend that I already listened to it."
No, but that's fun because that is one of my favorite titles. I don't know if it's a good episode, but dude, that episode name is so good.
It's
Like,
gold.
yeah, Blade
Yeah.
1, 2, and sadly 3.
And
That's like
Sadly
that's called.
3.
Yeah, sadly 3. That's the name
Let's
of that
agree to
episode.
disagree.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, really?
Okay. Wow. Well, I
This was
regret
the
inviting
main
you.
selling point that I liked Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that wraps up this episode.
Thank you for listening. It's been great. No, but seriously, Adam, where can
Yeah.
they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at /artforange and on Instagram at forangeart. I switch places on them.
Yeah.
So
confuse
confusing.
everyone.
Yeah, so confusing.
And also, Forange is basically orange with starting with an F.
Yeah.
So Forange.
hey, nice, you know my backstory.
I asked. That's how I know.
never look up my name on Urban Dictionary. It's not a pleasant time.
No.
Oh
Don't do
shit!
it. Don't do it.
Oh wow! You should have done some research.
Same as Furry Fluffer.
Furry
But-
Fluffer Forange on Twitter.
There you go.
There you go.
And also, I will have the link in the description, like always, so you can clickety-click if you're lazy and don't understand anything we've said up to this point.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, thank you
You've
so
been
much.
amazing.
Yes,
Thank you.
have.
Yay!
Yay!
What the?
What the
Yeah, I thought we were all
I
gonna
was
do it.
like-
yeah, nobody did it.
No, Adam clapped for
I
himself, and
joined
you
in.
clapped.
Yeah, of course he did.
Me.
Elias was the mic.
All right, I need to go and pee.
All right.
so,
PPP.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah,
and,
Baba Ganoush.
Baba Ga-
Was that the name of the horror movie?
Yeah,
you
that's
watched?
the name of the movie.
The
Baba
Baba
Ganoush.
Ganoush.
You just-
Eat it,
Eat it, eat it, eat it.
Don't you ever watch the feed it. Yeah.
Okay. I think we're done.
Something we're all done.
Goodbye.